YouTube was fucking with me before, so I don't know. Hold up here. All right. So before we do that, hello YouTube, how you guys doing? Be sure to like, follow, subscribe, all that good stuff, right? Oh yeah, I'm supposed to like post this in the chat and shit. How about it? Oh shit, I didn't realize all the stuff I have open that I normally close. I normally do not have Steam open. Hold on. Yeah, if you wanna see the real show, come follow us over on Kick, because that's where we do the real intro and everything. You know, if you guys are wondering why we're starting out like this, it's like we've already been live for a little bit. But anyway, before we start, right? Yesterday spoke about basketball. We were talking about how basketball was started by white men, you know. You know what I'm saying?
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
Basketball as it exists today was started by a Canadian, an Irish Canadian guy, apparently. But yesterday we were mentioning that it was it existed in Kemet. Now, unfortunately, we were slightly off there. But I did think this would be a great learning lesson for at least for anybody who forgot. Because I definitely forgot and had to remind myself. So technically, I mean, ball games, right? And even hockey, technically, like what you would consider hockey, did start in Kemet. But what we would really like compare to basketball, the closest was actually not Kemet. It was Mayan. So let me see if I can pull this up here. Yeah, let's open this up. All right. So like Mayan basketball, right? It was called Potepok, or whatever the fuck, right? They played it to symbolize cosmic battles and resolve conflicts, right? They use hips, elbows, and knees to maneuver 7-pound rubber ball through a high vertical stone hoop, right? So that was the closest thing in the ancient civilizations to basketball. It was not from Kemet, unfortunately. But that's what I was looking for yesterday. I just had the culture wrong. I had the and the sport wrong. But you know, all of the again, like I said, the ball sports, like those essentially, you know, those skills. They were building those in Kemet. You know what I'm saying? So,
somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
Just because they weren't throwing them through a hoop, and they were just doing more of like, you know, goals, shit like that. Not that big of a difference. But we gotta be accurate here. You know what I'm saying?
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
So there you go. Anyway, like I was saying, you're on Google. Like I was saying, I want to cover this debate with Tim Pool and Andrew, or just a little back and forth. I'm interested to see what you guys think of this little clip. I'll show you guys a little bit of this and see if you thought this potentially could be as entertaining as I think it could be.
The best case argument for atheism I've ever heard.
How?
That God is, what we experience in the universe is what we would describe as God. It is the definition of everything atheists have ever argued to me.
I'm not even making arguments to you right now. All I'm doing is expressing to you
God
that
is not all powerful.
No, the opposite.
You said God can't create a boulder he cannot lift.
No, because
every single priest,
do you know what
theologian I've talked to has said the opposite.
Yeah, no, none of them. Their dogma literally would prevent them from defying the nature of God. Not a single theologian on planet Earth who's a priest has ever said to you, Tim, God could create a God more powerful than him. That never happened.
No, they said
it's not possible.
So like that's why that clip It's so interesting to me. So let me know in the chat, in the comments, whatever, what you guys think, and should we cover that debate? And let's see here. I gotta see. Where the fuck was? Where did I put this video? Did I put this on the playlist? Hold on. Wait, hold on. Where's the review playlist? I'm not sure if I put this on the playlist last week when we
Stay quiet until you hear a character more annoying than.
Oh my gosh. Was this something I wanted to review? I think I accidentally put that in here. I think I put the wrong one in here. This is the second one, right? Yeah, this is part 2. All right, so we need part 1. Oh, they got. Oh, that's Jubilee. 3 years ago. Where the fuck is the first part? Well, we need to define this first part. Hold on. I want to make sure. I want to make sure we start from the top. You know what I'm saying? Here we go. Feminist versus anti-feminist. Now, yeah. God damn it! It's just everything is usually easier to find. Okay, I just don't usually do this live. Just might as well. This is not a channel I subscribe to, so I don't even subscribe to Jubilee. So like a lot of the time, it's hard for me to like find the videos if I don't like throw them in like some kind of playlist. And even then, sometimes I forget because sometimes I'm not even entirely sure if I want to cover it. But we said we were going to cover this one, so you know, we get to enjoy it. Some little eye candy. You know what I'm saying? Let's go. Get started here.
This conversation is often reduced to labels. In this episode of The Bridge, feminist and anti-feminist women sit face to face to explore where their beliefs about womanhood, equality, and freedom align, and where they don't. I'm your host, Dr. Michelle Daff. Welcome.
I kind of hate her voice. I'm not sure how I feel about her voice. I'm gonna have to speed this up a little bit.
To The Bridge.
I like her choice of music.
Welcome, ladies. Thank you for being here today. Why don't you just go ahead and introduce yourselves?
Hi, my name is Kyla Turner, and I am a feminist.
You.
Hi, my name is Anne.
I've actually seen this chick debate before too. Wasn't she on Jubilee before?
I'm a feminist.
I'm Bella. I'm a feminist.
I'm Ceci. I'm a feminist.
I'm Chelsea Gods. I'm a feminist.
I'm Matrix, and I'm anti-feminist.
I'm Jada, and I'm an anti-feminist.
I'm Savannah, and I'm anti-feminist.
Hello, everyone. I'm Maggie. I do not identify as a feminist.
Okay.
Hi, I'm
Shout out to the aunties.
Carmen JC, and I am an anti-feminist.
Thank you.
Got the aunties up here too. We got no Mars up here. We got the aunties up here.
Ladies, and the first prompt is, women have more privileges today than men. Okay, anyone who feels strong.
So they all. Wait, did she put hers up?
We can speak.
No, yeah, they all put theirs up.
I think women in many ways have more privileges, but they also have more oppressions. And I think both of these things have to be weighed in.
Oh my God, bro, you can't have both, bro. It's just that does not make sense. Like, what are we doing here, bro? That does not make sense. You can't be like, oh, well, they have a lot of privileges, but they also have a lot of oppressions. It's like, no. doesn't work that way.
When you're talking about like people's social power, right? It's really important to understand that women face significant oppressions, significant issues. And so while some of the privileges that we
Like what? Are you gonna offer any, or are you just gonna assert that? Because we're already starting off with like a false premise. Like you haven't substantiated this at all.
can identify, like courts tend to be more lenient to them, for example. If there's a situation, for example, of custody, women are going to be favored in that situation. They also have less choice with their bodies, right? They have...
Okay, what do you mean they have less choice with their bodies? What are you talking about? That's not true.
Issues where with hiring, if they try to negotiate, they'll be seen as caustic and negative because they're kind of our stereotypical presumptions of how women have to be. And these...
That's the same thing about men. Like, what do you mean? Men have to deal with that too. That's not exclusive to women.
things impact women significantly. That's just why I would say they have less political power overall as well.
Well, just
that does not follow. Like, what are you talking about?
one of those things was not true in regards to custody decisions in this country. And
oh, she's arguing with the feminists. Like, we're already like they already going back and forth with each other. She's like, actually.
in fact, men are more likely to receive custody of their children if they ask for it. If men seek custody.
Oh my God, bro, we gotta stop with this narrative. Like, if they just ask for it, they can get it. Like, bro, shut up.
In a court in the United States of America, statistically, they are 90% likely to receive more custody or possibly even exactly what they were.
Y'all just abusing that statistic, bro. That's not what that statistic says.
Asking for. I would just say that women are not more likely to receive custody of children in court. Men are. Women just are.
Like 90% of them, when they fight, when they go through the legal process, they have to have time and money to do that.
Are the ones who more receive custody in court.
It's true. It's only 4%. Only 4% of men fight for custody of their children.
And when they do,
yeah, you're assuming that most of them even have the ability to. Like, what are we talking about?
it's successful 90% of the time. So that would tell me the court actually favors men. I understand that there's like kind of this anecdote.
No, it doesn't. That's not how that works. That's not how that works.
That family court does in fact favor women, but it just so happens that women are more likely to want custody of their children. And that's where that mythology comes from.
No, what? Not really. You also, like, first of all, these women have to, like, prove that it's even the man's kid, for real.
Disagree.
For him to even want to keep the kid to begin with. But the thing is, most men, they're not going to opt to be single fathers. Like, just because women are like, oh, they're more likely to want to, like, keep the kid. Like, that just means they're more likely to want to be a single parent. Like, most men don't want to be a single father. If you be honest, there's a lot of them that are ditching the women, right? But there's also a lot of them that would stay with the woman.
You mentioned that men get custody when they ask for it, and that presumes that women don't have to ask for it. Why doesn't it begin equal and men not having to ask for custody if they are actually full parents?
Yeah. Oh, damn. Shout out to her. Like, she just pointed out the false premise. She's like, the fact that they have to ask and fight for it shows you that women have the preference. Like, they prefer the women. The bias is towards the woman. Like, this sounds right. That's exactly it.
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
Just like the mom.
Sure, that's a great question. I think it's really important that we have a conversation that our laws are written by men. Our courts are ruled by men. So if you have some concern about what a court presumes.
Bro, that's not true. There's tons of women that are involved in the legal system. There's tons of women judges. Tons of women legislators. Like, what are we talking about?
Well, that's a conversation to have with men too. They're the ones who wrote the laws.
I saw you shaking your head.
I just know that my dad got custody of me because he asked for it, and it's an.
Okay, well, maybe your mom was a crazy bitch. Like, just speak like, we're gonna fall for the anecdotal shit right now? Like, who cares about you and your experience, bitch? Shut the fuck up. What are you talking about? You know, it's like
Okay, first of all, ain't nobody talking while I'm talking, so shut the fuck up.
in fact, hold up. I forgot to finish editing this one. Hold on. Yeah, there we go. Yeah.
Shut the fuck up.
Personal experience, it's not everything, but
sorry, go ahead.
I completely agree that like all of the laws that we have, we can vote now, but we're still in a system that was designed by men. So a lot of the issues that we have, that men have, are because the decisions that they made.
But why would you start
Shut up.
Shut the fuck up.
out assuming 50-50, like that both parents want the kid? Because in a lot of cases, like men just aren't asking. So wouldn't you want to make the assumption that like the parent who pursues custody is the one who, one, feels empowered to, and two, wants to? Because I agree, like there is a system set up where men probably don't feel empowered to ask for custody of their children, but I think that they should, first of all. But if there is a problem, like, you can't just say, oh, it's fully the court systems.
Like they don't feel empowered. I did that by accident, but like she didn't shut the fuck up.
Fault. I think there is a culture that encourages young men to just say, oh, well, that's a woman's job. That's, not my job. Not, if the woman wants the kid, she can have the kid. And
bro, what are you talking about, bro? Shut up.
Shut the fuck up.
Like,
I don't know why a court would assume that a father just wants to be a father.
I was going to say, so wouldn't that culture that would put that on men be a result of feminism? Because men would probably prefer to have the women in their household. And also women are the ones that are more likely to engage in divorce. So men want to stay with these women.
Engage in divorce?
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. Yes. That's exactly. That's
Somebody's gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
A lot of these men want to stay with these women, and they are choosing to leave these men, and these men don't want to be single fathers. Like, so if they don't ask, it's because they don't want to be a single father. They would rather actually get back with the mother. They're probably working behind the scenes to try to make the relationship work rather than fighting in court. Like,
Somebody's gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
Is what you're saying?
File.
Yeah.
You'd
And
be surprised.
men are the ones that actually stay because they want their family together. It is
Yeah.
women that actually
They do.
disrupt the family, and then they get
Bro, shout out to the aunties, bro. He's right.
upset with the results of a disrupted family.
Or they just want to keep the woman so that she's running the household. I don't know if it's necessarily I don't know. Men can't function as well without women.
Oh my, bro, like you see how she just immediately went to the most like bad faith interpretation of like men's behavior. She didn't even dispute what she said about the men wanting to stay married and stay with the women. She immediately went to, well, maybe they just want to keep them around to like, clean and do shit from. Like, bitch, can you shut the fuck? Like, shut up.
Unacceptable!
Shut up.
Unacceptable!
I don't know why that just happened.
Unacceptable!
And
Men as women can without a man. So I feel like when he hears divorce is on the table, it's going to disrupt his whole life a lot more. And I feel like that's really what they're thinking about.
We also,
bro, like did you hear what this bitch just said?
Function as well without women as women can without a man. So I feel like when he hears divorce is on the table, it's going to disrupt.
This is crazy. Like she really just said that. She really just said that. Oh, I know what happened. Irritating. What the fuck? There we go.
His whole life a lot more. And I feel like that's really what they're thinking about.
So women do initiate divorce more. The issue is that they also initiate couples therapy. They also initiate seeking every single other alternative before divorce at basically the same rates as.
What? No, come on now.
Like that's really what they're thinking about.
Are they ever gonna like bring up anything to substantiate these claims?
So women do initiate divorce more. The issue is that they also initiate couples therapy. They also initiate
You know what? Is therapy like working for anybody though. Like, it's just a question. Like, you know, I'm just wondering. Like, it doesn't seem like it's working. It doesn't seem like it works for anybody. Something I want to show y'all. I was checking something out. But let's ask the Google demons real quick. Does therapy work for most people or most couples? And there's an article. Let's see if I can find it. There's an article I saw recently that actually was talking about the fact that a lot of these therapists are like failing. They have no idea how to help these kids. And I feel like if that's true for the kids, like, I mean, like, what do we think the case is for the adults? I mean, look at these people. Can we really say that any of this shit really looks like it's working? Like, can we honestly say that? I don't think we can. I really don't. So it says therapy works for most people and couples, with research indicating significant positive outcomes for both. Around 70 to 75% of individuals and couples report improved mental health or relationship satisfaction after therapy. Okay. I'm just not sure what they're actually using to measure that, though. Like improved mental health? Is that it? Just them reporting improved mental health and relationship satisfaction after therapy? Like, do we actually follow them after this to see, like, whether they actually stay together or not? Because if these people break up, like, you know, years after and they said that it worked, it's like, well, like,
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
Can we really say that it worked then? Like, I'm gonna need a little bit more. Let's see if it can give us a little bit more. Approximately 70 to 75% of couples experience improved relationship satisfaction, and some studies suggest 90% see an increase in emotional health after counseling. So it says they suggest that. But again, like, how long are they tracking them after this? It is highly effective for enhancing communication, managing conflict, building trust, and navigating life transitions. Again, but like, what are you using to base that on? Like, okay, maybe they learned some new ways for dealing with stress. I could see that. Some people, at least for like a regular person. Couples, though. It says it's the same percentage, generally 70 to 75% of couples and 75% of individuals. It can be expensive and time consuming, which that's true, which sometimes impacts the perceived success if it does not yield immediate results. Yeah, I mean, I guess. Sure. I'm just not convinced that it's that effective, but apparently it's effective 70 to 75% of the time for couples and 75% for individuals. Not sure exactly how long it's supposedly effective or whether it actually, you know, because the thing is, she's mentioning this here for women initiating couples therapy and stuff. But a lot of the time it's like, okay, well, if that's not effective, or even if it is quote unquote effective, what if they still later on divorce the guy? Does that actually mean anything? Like, does it really? Like, maybe they're just acting, just plain, you know, just like, oh, well, we tried to go to couples therapy, didn't work. Sorry. You know, well, thought it worked, but, you know, same problems. Like, come on now.
Seeking every single other alternative before divorce at a base.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, like, if I was going to, you know, plan to leave and I wanted to make it look like I tried to make it work, and then I would probably do all those things too.
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
That doesn't mean anything.
basically the same rates as we see with divorce rates, right? So yes, women are divorcing. The issue is that like men accepting a loveless marriage.
It also doesn't mean that the men don't want to stay. Because the thing is, if the woman is the one who has the problem and she's suggesting all these things to try to fix the relationship because she's the one with fundamentally the problem, it doesn't matter whether the guy goes along with all the things she wants to do to try to fix the relationship. If she's the one with the problem and ultimately ends up leaving, it doesn't matter whether she suggested all of these alternatives to divorce. She is ultimately the only reason that the divorce is occurring. Like,
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
you got to think.
Marriage with children who are miserable isn't like this thing that we should hold up and go, see, isn't this better? Like actually all of this is unhealthy, right? It's unhealthy that men have been socialized in such a way that they don't think of themselves as fathers first, that they aren't asking for it, right? Whereas in this way, this is where women have been taught of, for both good and bad, that you are a mom, right? And I think we default to that, which is harmful to women. But we have to acknowledge that like women are seeking off-ramps in these relationships where divorce happens. And the same issues that they say for divorce are happening over and over and over again. And this is a systemic issue. It's not just women want to get out of their marriages. It's that women won't tolerate a loveless, empty marriage, which is not even good for children.
So a loveless
A loveless, empty marriage. Okay, sure. Man, just
Shut the fuck up.
empty marriage, how does the system contribute to what happens in your marriage?
Well, the way that we raise our boys, right, for example, is we teach them that your emotions are bad. So think about the way that we're raising boys. The most
Bro, no, we don't. This is not true. Like, why are we? This is just so untrue. I fucking hate when people do this shit, bro. We gotta stop it. We gotta stop it. Got to do that shit. Oh shit, no. Hold up. There we go. Yeah, no, like, gotta stop it.
Every day, more lies.
common way that young boys express their feelings. It's called externalizing. We see this in clinical data. The way that boys express their feelings, we teach them the only emotion you're allowed to have as a boy is anger. That's the only one allowed. But if you have anger, go to your room. Nobody wants to look at you or deal with you. And so what we've done is...
Bro, come on now. That's not true.
We've taught men that their feelings aren't okay, that if they have them, they're isolated and weak for having them. And so the only alternative for them is anger or anhedonia, a complete like emptiness and vacuousness.
Bro.
And so in this way, this is how society is contributing to this, because the presumptions we place onto our children that set a course and script for them that destroys their relationships. And men are reporting this. They're lonely, they have less friends, and their marriages don't work out. Men are saying this, not just women.
Well, women do say it, you know, so I mean, I don't understand why it's always
Right.
like the men, because the men aren't emotional.
It's not just men saying it. I mean, didn't Jose just play a video earlier of a woman like spazzing out online and shit, and then just like monetizing off of that shit? Like, what the fuck? So it's like they be saying this shit, like they be going through having all these emotions and shit. They just, you know, monetize it, I guess. Like they embrace that shit
Because
and
the men
monetize
aren't
it.
this. Like the women are the ones that want to leave. So
But women
what
want to leave, and maybe we should ask them why, because men are responsible for 90% of the violent crime in the U.S. Like, we always talk about women and what we should be doing. I really can't. I talk about.
Well, I mean, okay, like, what are we doing? Like, I guess we just going wild with the fallacies here. Like, we just going like the whataboutism. Like, we just going like, well, what about men and the violent crime? Like, that's not what we're talking about here, sweetie.
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
What is? You over here like, what's wrong with you? Like,
What you gonna do? What you gonna do?
Feminism a lot, and I get so sick of it because I don't know why we're not talking about men. We're always focusing on women and what we should be doing.
yeah, but like, bitch, what, like,
What you gonna do? What you gonna do?
What we shouldn't be doing is with men. They're responsible for 95% of domestic violence, 93% sexual assaults and pedophilia, 88%.
Bro, oh my God, bro. So we just going down the list of statistics of like things that men are responsible for. Like, man, somebody shut this bitch up. Like,
Homicides, 85% serial killings, 98% of mass shootings. Could I go on? And 77% of assaults.
Like,
They are responsible.
None of this is relevant. Like,
Somebody's gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
what are you doing? What do you actually think you're doing? I don't understand. I don't get it. Like,
Responsible for so much, and then we sit here and want to make women feel bad for wanting to leave that man. I don't know why we always are focusing on women all the time.
Well, because their solution is always to leave. It's never to
oh shit. I did not mean to do that. What the fuck? Oh, god damn it. What just happened? All right.
For 95% of domestic violence, 93% sexual assaults and pedophilia, 88% homicides, 85% serial killings, 98% of mass shootings. Could I go on? And 77% of assaults. They are responsible for so much, and then we sit here and want to make women feel bad for wanting to leave that man. I don't know why we always are focusing on women all the time.
Well, because their solution is always to leave. It's never to
Not
stay.
always.
Guy stinks!
It's terrible.
Sometimes they want to have therapy, and the man doesn't want to do
Yeah,
that.
and therapy is such BS because you go to a couples therapist and they say, "Oh yeah, you should leave your husband."
That's not
a
always
solution.
true.
Yes, that is.
Have you
That
been
is
to couples
always.
therapy?
Does that happen? Does that really happen?
The solution. No, and I will not go to
okay, so you're
couples
just making
therapy.
assumptions.
I've
Right.
heard so many stories. I see it. I've seen it online.
I mean, kind of anecdotal, I'm not gonna lie with you. I thought she might have had an actual argument there, but she just I was like, I've heard it from so many people. I've seen it online so many times. It's just like that's not an argument, sweetie. I'm sorry.
Yeah, if you have a marriage and couples counselor and they are just recommending divorce, which is not true. I've gone to marriage counseling and they didn't recommend divorce. If they're doing that off the hop.
All right. All right, but your counter evidence is no better. Like, like you thought you had something there, but you just did the same shit she did.
That would be unethical. You can actually report them for that. They're trained for more than this. A marriage counselor got trained to see.
What did you say, nigga?
The thing that they want is a fixed, rectified marriage. Sometimes that can happen for a number of reasons. However, the idea that marriage counselors are just telling women to divorce their husbands is so far from any of the literature.
Bro, come on now. It doesn't actually matter. That doesn't mean it's not happening. To be fair, she might be right. In fact, I'm inclined to agree with her that, like, the fuck? Like, what therapist is actually saying that, like, outright, right? They might be saying it privately or something for all you know, but you can't really prove that. So,
That reports on this, so far from the ethics these people are trained on, is basically taking an entire field of care workers and saying, you actually just want to destroy the thing that you care for, which is just, it's just not true.
Okay.
I mean, you don't know that it's not true, like, so we gotta stop acting like we know what people's true intentions are. We don't know that. But at the same time, yeah, you are right, that you can't just generalize all of them. Like
Somebody's gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
Right? She's partially correct on that. She's getting caught up kind of doing the same thing. For some reason, like, her response to someone speaking in absolutes and making like universal arguments, universal claims, is to make counter universal claims. Like, this is like are you retarded? Like, what's this? Are you okay? Like, it's just, I don't know.
I need to ask a question to both sides. So, ladies on this side, do you believe that the gender gap pay is still real?
No, it's not. That's been debunked so many times.
Okay. And ladies on this side, I'm sorry, I want to hear from you on this side.
I think it's real. If you just look at statistics, a lot of people say like, oh, well, women are just choosing different jobs. And it's like, we're raised to idealize different jobs. But even then, it's like,
What? I mean, I guess. Are you raised to idealize different jobs, or do you just idealize different jobs?
women, if you have a child, you're now also working and you have a child, you're not going to work as much. So it's like, that's to blame. The gender pay gap is huge, and the whole, I think it's like 75 cents on the dollar is just for white women. It's less for Hispanic women. It's less for black women. Like it changes.
Okay, so what?
It's very real.
But you think that they're choosing like hospitality jobs because they were raised that way, or because women just naturally like those jobs?
Well, like let's say like nursing. Nursing used to be a male-only profession. They wouldn't let women work on women's bodies at all.
So what? So what? Does that mean that y'all don't still prefer that shit? Like, what are we talking about?
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
Like, they were stopping you from doing it. They allowed you to do it. And all of you motherfuckers flooded it. I think that means that you guys prefer it.
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
Because I don't see a lot of niggas going to do that shit.
Became more female dominated, and now men don't even want to be in that profession, so then they lower the pay because it's a woman's job. Same thing.
Well, men mostly don't want to be in that profession because, like, first of all, there's other things they could be doing that are more important. Like, you know? And y'all are low-key better suited for some of that stuff.
Thing with teaching, it used to be just a male-only job. We wouldn't let women teach. Women got into it, suddenly the pay drops for it.
Well, and not to mention, in addition to things like the gender pay gap, we also now see that women majority professions are being attacked education-wise as the Trump administration.
What, bro? Man, come on. Can we stop it?
Shut the fuck up.
Just made it so that you can't consider nursing a professional degree. Audiology is no longer a professional degree. Yeah.
Yeah, that's not. Why would nursing be considered a professional degree? Like, there's nothing wrong with being able to get a certificate for something, you know, being a skilled person, you know, being certified, having a skill up under your belt, you know, a profession. But that doesn't mean it's a professional degree. Like, what the fuck? Why should that be a professional degree? You know how much schooling people do in order to get like actual degrees? That, like, shit that has nothing to do with the field that they're actually working in. They go to school and get degrees for that stuff, and you're just going to, like, you know, you're going into a specified trade school. Like, come on now. That's trade. It's a trade. It's more of a trade than anything. It's not a professional degree. And most trades don't have professional degrees. They have professional degrees you can get and go into those trades, and they can help you in those trades. But most of the time, it's certifications.
Yeah, and making it harder for you to get student loans because they've maxed out how much you can get in student loans. And all of these affect women.
Yeah, you know, like, maxing out student loans, like, this is not an attack on women. This is just like, first of all, people are getting too much in student loans anyway. But, like, there's plenty of money going to student loans and all of the other areas. Like, just because they're kind of limiting that shit, like, that doesn't mean they're attacking you guys.
More than it affects men. Well, if you're a chiropractor, great job. That's still a professional degree.
Oh, it affects us more than it affects men. So fucking what? That doesn't mean you're being attacked. What are we talking about?
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
Why? What's the victimization like?
Because that's a job that most men would seek. But if you're going to be a nurse, well, that's a job most women would seek. Now you don't get to have a loan for the amount that you need. That's an example of a gender pay gap. That's an example.
Yeah, you don't need to get a loan. They have other things available for you still. I mean, it's also just it's a very important field that they need to get people in sometimes. So because it's different, a lot of the time you'll have other assistance that will allow you to, you know, avoid paying, you know, certain costs. But at the end of the day, most people, even whether you get the student loans or not, it's like you're still gonna have to pay the shit. You can just maybe put it off longer if it's the fucking government, but, like, no, you're still gonna have to pay the shit at some point.
Of like what happens when you're taking opportunity away from women and women not making as much or being given as much in a loan or whatever.
Only opportunity is not being taken from you. You just can't afford it as much, which is the case with a lot of other things that a lot of people want to do. You're not fucking special.
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
What are we talking about?
Do you on this side feel?
I'm sure we would all like to get more access to student loans, but guess what? Some of us also recognize that, like, you know, a loan is a loan. Like,
somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
Maybe I don't want to have to pay that shit off. Maybe I don't give a fuck.
That you can support women and not identify with the feminist movement?
Not if you like pants. My mom went to school. And until middle school, she had to wear a skirt every single day. That is one generation. That is my mother.
Why do we care about your mom's generation?
If you're wearing pants, you get to wear those in public because people like my mother were part of the feminist movement.
Oh, you weren't allowed to wear pants. You're allowed to wear pants because of people like my mother. Man, if you don't shut the fuck up.
Shut the fuck up.
I don't care what you wear, to be honest, but like if they said your motherfucker's gonna wear pants, then you don't get to wear pants.
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
Not that fucking bad. For most of history, y'all wasn't wearing fucking pants. Like,
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
This is oppression. Shut the fuck up.
Shut the fuck up.
I would respectfully disagree here, right? So, like, I worked in an addiction center. That was an addiction.
Oh shit. Even the other feminists disagreeing with her.
Counselor formerly. It was for women. It was a Christian center, right? What you'll often see is that some of the most like dominant nonprofits for women are often religious in nature, and that tends to lean towards like the right side. Most of the people that I work with didn't identify as feminists. They obviously helped women. I also obviously disagreed with them on a lot of stuff. I think that when women dislike feminism,
She up here trying to defend in the church.
Because they have issues with specific feminists, or they, in my mind, have like some misinfo that they believe in, right? But like, of course, you can be like a person who cares about women and not identify as a label. I would just say, come to my side. Like, you probably do agree fundamentally with my presumption.
No, we probably don't. Sorry.
About what feminism should be for and what it is.
Anyone have anything to say about that on the side?
As far as being a feminist and supporting women, I don't think the feminist movement supports women at all. I think it actually harms them. It's told us that
Oh shit.
sexual exploitation is empowering and that we should kill our offspring if it's an inconvenience to our life.
That is true. That's fact. You're spitting right now.
And that marriage and family are not important anymore. I mean, it's completely destroyed everything that's been unique about womanhood.
So the alternative is like, let me get my ass beat, take my Xanax, and raise these.
Bro, what the fuck is wrong with her?
Shut the fuck up.
Like she just immediately goes to bad faith land. Like she just like, tickets. Just tickets to bad faith land all year round.
These kids when I don't want to. Like, what's the alternative for women who aren't happy at home? Like, that's what
Bro, come on.
I don't understand.
Women are pill popping more now than they were in the 50s. They're more depressed.
They are. And they're single. Like.
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
In fact, you want a fact checker? Are women on more psych meds than ever before? Yes, women are on more psychiatric medications than ever before, with usage significantly rising due to pandemic-related stress and higher rates of anxiety and depression, quote-unquote pandemic-related stress. But higher rates of anxiety and depression. Around 1 in 4 women over age 50 and 1/3 of women over 60 take antidepressants, representing record highs. Women also spend 50% more out of pocket on mental health care than men. Yeah. She said y'all even more doped up than y'all were in the past. Why is that?
Depressed than they were. Yes. Yes, this is completely.
And men are 4 times, women, yes, 2 times more likely to be on antidepressants than men. Men are 4 times more likely to kill themselves.
Why do you think that we're more likely to be on?
Yeah, men are 4 times more likely to kill themselves. So, yeah. So they're less likely to take psych meds and more likely to kill themselves. What does that tell you? Maybe they're dealing with real problems. You know what I'm saying?
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
They're dealing with real problems.
Be on antidepressants.
Capitalism, the way the world is, the economy. I'll tell you right now, the economy can.
Capitalism. Oh my God.
Controls the mood of a country. The mood of the country sucks because of the economy. Capitalism is the actual enemy here, not feminism.
Oh my God. Just fucking commie, bro. Get her out of here.
Shut the fuck up.
Feminism was just a human rights movement like the civil rights movement. Black people should have equal
These assertions with nothing.
rights. What's the difference between a woman and a black person?
What's the difference between a woman and a black person? Did you really just say that? What?
Hey, come here. Look at this. This nigga must be crazy.
Like, what are we talking about right now?
It's just a matter of, no, you want equal rights as a human because you should have them. I should have them too, right? It was just a human rights movement. It was focused on the gender, and then we focused on the race, and we all came up. I don't know why everyone can't come up together.
Yeah, I feel like there's a huge misnomer on what feminism is. Feminism is not me telling you to go abort your firstborn son. I don't care what you do with your body. Feminism is you have the opportunity to do what you want because of, you have a bank card because of feminism, you get to wear pants because of feminism, you get to have a job because of feminism.
You get to wear pants because of feminism. Like, that's insane. Like, bro, what? Like,
Hey, come here. Look at this. This nigga must be crazy.
like what?
You get to get out of the house if you want to because of feminism. This is not about like trying to control your life. There is more room for people who are anti-feminist in the world of feminists than there is for people like me in your world. I don't care if a person wants to go have children their whole life and that's what they want to do. Most of my friends are stay-at-home moms. Many of my extremely liberal friends are stay-at-home mothers. And do you think...
I wish we had had more eye candy in this, but unfortunately, it's... At least on this side, it's like a gaggle of unattractive women and like two mid bitches.
I denigrate their decision to sacrifice their life for their children? Absolutely not. I'm a mother myself. But I also want to have the opportunity to work if I want to, because for me, that's where I find happiness. There is space for you in our movement, but there is no space for us in yours. We're inclusive.
Oh my God, bro.
Feminism is not telling you what to do with your life.
It's not. What? That's actually a problem to a certain degree. It provides no actual direction. It's basically just an entire ideology based around privilege. The idea is that you're experiencing all this suppression, but there's no actual philosophy on how to deal with these things beyond protesting and asking for more privileges. I mean, at the end of the day, what are you actually providing women? It's actually probably a bad thing that you're not telling them what they should do with their life. Because maybe if feminism was to some degree telling women what they should do to their life, do with their life, and to some degrees it is, depending on what you're looking at. It might offer more direction for these women. You know what I'm saying?
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
Yeah, you can have a baby, you can get married, do whatever you want
with your life.
So.
Yeah, feminism is telling you can do whatever you want with your life. Like, how could that ever go wrong? You know, it's how do what thou wilt. Like, how could that ever go wrong? We never heard that before. Never heard that one before at all.
I agree, though. I agree. Do whatever you want with your life.
Feminism is letting you do what you want with your life. And I don't want to tell you not to get married when you're 19 and pop out 7 kids if that's a thing that's going to be happy for you. But I want to offer people the opportunity that they can also do something else if that's what makes them happy.
So
yeah,
I did get a sense that someone on the side felt like this side was...
Yeah, so happiness is the end all be all. So hedonism?
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
So feminism is just hedonism. You might have to do an episode of the ism on hedonism.
Ism.
Feeling or was speaking in a way that felt racist. Can you speak to that?
So when you said something about the difference between women and black people.
As far as human rights.
Can I speak or are you going to keep cutting me off?
Yeah.
Yeah, she did say that. I ain't gonna lie, she's insane.
Hey, come here. Look at this. This nigga must be crazy.
Which is insane.
Yeah, go for it.
Right, thank you. That's one of my main issues with feminism is even Susan B. Anthony, she compared white women to the black man and she felt a way that black men got the right to vote before white women.
Yeah, this is insane.
And that's also something that I don't agree with because white women think they're superior to black men,
They do. They literally do. Look at her face.
Why do you need the
look at her. She thought about it. She ain't say nothing. She said,
somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
He said, "See, like, how you comparing yourself to black men, and white women think they're superior to black men? You know what I'm saying? Like, she's shout out to the queen, cooking her ass already.
The right to vote before our men. That's the question I would
I'm
ask.
saying everyone should have it at the same
But
time.
why do
I'm
you
not
have
talking
to
about when it happened. I'm saying everyone is a human.
It was just
Doesn't
you just
matter your
throw in
race or your
this is
gender.
the thing,
I feel like you should be able to live your life the way you want. That's
Yeah. See,
the feminist
can't
movement.
let her finish.
But why do you
have
have to
choice
bring
now.
up black people? That's what I'm trying
Because
to say.
it's a human
Because you're
rights movement.
performative.
Exactly. You don't have to bring up black people to make your point. Like, when you start doing that, you're just using this as a prop. Like that's
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
I'm comparing.
Performative, babe.
Okay,
You're
I'm
performative.
comparing human
It is purely performative. Yes, 100%. Shout out to the queen.
rights movements. Black people exist. Women
You
exist.
don't have to
I
speak
think
on it.
both of them
Don't speak on it.
should. Why? It's a human rights movement. That's what we're
It's
talking
not
about.
productive.
Bro, it's a human rights movement that has shit to do with
Somebody
you.
gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
Productive to talk about human rights movement and compare the two when they're just about equalizing.
You're not comparing the two. No, they're not the fucking same.
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
If your white man is beating your fucking ass and you having problems with your white men, keep that shit there. Don't be comparing your struggle to black people's. Like, get the fuck out of here, bro. Like, shut the fuck up.
Shut the fuck up.
Things for people so we
Yeah,
can all come
I'm
up
letting
together.
you know that it's offensive. I'm telling you that it's offensive.
It's offensive for me to say that women should have the same rights as black people.
Yep, it is.
It's offensive for me to say that all humans should have the same rights as.
Yeah, it is. It's crazy for you to say women should have the same rights as black people. Like, bitch, a lot of women are black people.
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
What you're saying doesn't actually mean anything. This is purely performative, like she said. Again, like, do you know how to shut the fuck up? Like,
As everyone.
you only shooting yourself in the foot here.
That's not what you said. There's a difference between everyone and
Literally
black
right
people.
now I'm saying everyone. I don't.
Yeah, you're literally saying there's a difference between everyone and black people, I guess.
Sorry, what your skin color is, what's between your legs. I don't care about any of that. I want everyone.
All right, if you don't care about any of that, then why are you bringing up black people? If you don't care about people's skin color, the color of any of the other shit, the looks, why the fuck are you even bringing up black people? Why do you care? You could just say we should have the same rights as everybody else, as men. Because as feminists, you're talking about men oppressing you. You're not talking about white men. You're talking about men. You're all just talking about men. There are black feminists who are talking about men. So the whole black thing doesn't make any fucking sense.
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
Comparing your struggle to black people makes no fucking sense because black women and white women have a whole different fucking struggle. Like you it's not the same. You sound crazy. Just stop while you're ahead. Like,
Shut the fuck up.
To be able to make the decisions they want for themselves and have the same rights. I don't want you to have any less rights than me. I don't want this guy to have any less rights than me or more. Everyone should be even. That's fucked up for me to say.
everyone should not be even, and that's also where you are wrong. Because even you saying that is crazy. Because first of all, men and women are fucking different.
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
And equality under the law, I'm sorry, that doesn't exist. Like, you're surprised? How the fuck is the law gonna deal with us differently and we're gonna be equal? Like,
somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
Like, you can't acknowledge that men and women are different and then treat them the same. Like, nigga, that doesn't make any fucking sense.
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
Your entire movement is based on something that could never actually be practiced. We're never gonna treat men and women the same. It's just fucking impossible. If we acknowledge the fact that you're a woman, you're going to be treated.
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
We are different. Even if it's just as simple as the rules and how we carry ourselves in society, the rules and what we're supposed to wear in certain environments, the rules and how they're supposed to take care of us in the hospital, they're not going to treat us the fucking same.
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
So you should not be expecting that. And in fact, if you want to be a woman and experience life as a woman, you don't want to be treated like a man.
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
Let's be honest here. Y'all say that shit, and then y'all ask for certain privileges so that y'all can be treated like
somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
So it's like you want to have your cake and eat it too. Cut it the fuck out. We got to stop.
Shut the fuck up.
We got to stop it.
Could I just ask I'm just curious what's racist about the statement that I want women to have the same rights as black people. I'm just because you said that's racist.
I want women to have the same rights as black people. What's racist about that statement? You know what's racist about that statement? The fact that you don't understand that you don't need to say that. With like
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
I want women to have the same rights as men. Your entire point is feminism. Why are you even bringing up black people? What rights don't black people have? Exactly. Your dumbass actually thinks that you think that there are rights that black people don't have. You think that that's a thing. You are looking at us, and you are looking at us as lesser than, right? You're acting as if we're victims, and so we're not. That shit ended a long time ago. Comparing us and our struggles completely fucking different. Women were not slaves to men. Majority of the time, that was not the case. If women were slaves to men, it had nothing to do with the fact that they were women most of the time. It had the fact to do with they were black, especially.
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
Especially in you fucking white people's country. Like, what the fuck are we talking about? Y'all were free. Y'all had a whole different struggle. Y'all was mad at y'all white men.
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
I'm just curious what's
Well,
racist
because first of all, you guys classify women as second sex, right? You guys think women. This comes from the feminist movement. We look at women and we say, oh, we're treated as second-class citizens, we're treated less than men. And so it's a little bit dehumanizing to say, for one, you want to fight for women to have better rights, and then to look at black people, which isn't just black women, that's black men, our men, that we need to be, we expect our men to be strong, and for you to say, oh, well, women deserve the same rights, black people should get the same rights as women, there's this culture in black culture where our men are constantly emasculated, right? So I'm very, very my husband's a black man, so I'm very intentional about how we speak about our black men. And
Okay.
I don't like that. So,
Okay.
but you need to be mindful, okay? Since you're a liberal and that's what y'all are about.
Yeah, be mindful. Yeah, she said be mindful, bitch. Y'all liberals. You need to watch your fucking mouth, nigga.
You need to be mindful.
I didn't say anything racist. I didn't say anything like that at all. You're trying to misconstrue. Now you are getting my twisted.
Thank you for. Did she answer your question about what offended her?
No, feel like and I'm.
Your worldview is racist.
I'm not trying to be.
I know you're trying to actually understand.
I genuinely understand.
The idea that you're even isolating out black people as if they're not even a part of your movement is retarded.
Part of the conversation offended
and racist.
her, and I think
it wasn't you. She said something.
No. I understand it wasn't me. I'm trying to understand. You said this.
Because you're also essentially like when you say that we want to have the same rights as black people. You're acting as if there aren't black women that are a part of your movement. You're essentially excluding them from the movement with your words. That's why you got to pay attention to the dumb shit you're saying.
Statement. I want women to have the same rights as black people. I'm trying to understand what's racist about that.
I think
because you wouldn't say that about a white man when
it's the men part. I think that got added to.
Yeah, literally.
You don't have to say women and black people and then not speak on what about the black men? You know what I mean? Like I don't understand.
Yeah, what are you talking about?
Why you do that? Can someone speak to this? Like am I crazy?
Did any other ladies on the side feel that same way about that statement?
I think she's just kind of referring to like women should have the same rights as everybody. Why?
Let the aunties do it. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the aunties. Let the aunties elaborate.
About that statement.
I think she's just kind of referring to like women should have the same rights as everybody. Why do you have to single out black people or black men?
The reason I see
exactly, like you don't need to do that.
Women have the same rights as everybody right now. Women have the same rights as everyone. We're equal right now. So how far?
We are, literally.
Far do feminism have to go before you guys see that we're equal?
But you want to, I'm not talking about you guys, because I don't know where you stand as far as anti-feminism, but there are people that are actively working to take our rights away so that we are backsliding.
Oh my God, no they're not.
Into time. That's why
as far as like what, abortion?
That's
repealing the 19th.
Getting rid of the women's right to vote.
No.
19th is never going to be repealed. I think people are trolling.
Never say never. But she's right. I meant everyone should have the same rights. And
I mean, there were women that had the right to vote like back in the day.
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
Before the 19th, there were women that had the right to vote. It wasn't that women didn't have the right to vote. It's just that there were certain societal standards that they had at that point, but also it was like landowners and certain specific people could vote. So most men couldn't vote.
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
And until they made it so that they started putting amendments in where they said all these broad swaths of people could just vote without that limitation of having to own land or, business or whatever, then they just kind of granted everybody just the right to vote. But before that, you had to have like some stake in the game. You had to own some land. You had to be involved in some shit to really to be able to vote. It wasn't strictly against women. It's just that a lot of women weren't doing those things, so they weren't able to vote.
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
Obviously.
Brought up black people because of the civil rights movement happening around the same time. These were human rights movements. We all tried to come up together, which I love, and I think we all should have the same rights. I don't think that's a...
Yeah, I don't think you
now.
had ill intent. I don't think you had ill intent. I'm just like, we need to be careful about how we speak when we bring in black people because we're always constantly attaching.
Yeah, you're always using us to try to make your fucking arguments, bro. Shout out to her, bro. He's cooking right now.
Every civil rights kind of movement to black identity. Like we're always the LGBT, everything. It's always connected to black people. And so I'm just like, no. That's what I'm saying is no. I don't think that you were trying
to... Yeah, stick with like, talk about your struggle, talk about your movement. Stop trying to bring up black people to make your fucking emotional appeals.
And be like evil about it. But I'm just saying, be careful because y'all have a tendency to always group black people into every single thing. And it's just...
They do. They do. They really fucking do. That shit is disgusting.
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
Not always the time to speak on it.
I have noticed that feminists, and myself included in this, tend to get uncomfortable with conversations about race. We don't know how to talk about race very well. And even just this whole debacle that just happened was just kind of like affirming of that, of like, we need to get better at it, because...
Thank you. That's what I'm saying. Like, just don't bring it up.
Hi, loves. It's me again.
Yeah, exactly. No, real shit. Thank you, 100%. Damn. Look at this sweet thing right here.
Ow, she's a brick. Ow.
And Dr. Michelle Daff, we've really been enjoying producing these meaningful conversations for the Dr. Daff Show. However,
sure. No, I don't care about this. Ain't gonna lie. She's selling perfume. Fine forever.
even in life's storm.
I mean, you gotta sell them products, you know. Gotta monetize this content somehow. She's got in the corner there, fineforever.com. Shout out to her. In the bag.
No career will give women as much joy and fulfillment as raising children.
Yeah, I think this may have been a claim that Candace made on the Jubilee episode, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
Like the 20 verses one.
Okay. Oh, maybe someone who hasn't spoken. Go ahead.
I'm a Christian, so as much as you guys know all your statistics and everything about things, it's more that it conflicts with my Christian belief so much, right? So.
Sorry, unfortunately. It's not an argument. It's not going to be much of an argument, so.
I believe that we're here to reproduce. That's one of the things in the Bible, the first thing about.
I mean, technically, even outside of the Bible, I can give her that one.
Men and women is that they were brought together and then it was to be fruitful and multiply. So I think one of the most valuable things we can do as women in society is to continue reproducing and grow up raise the next generation. So that's really important. And then I'm kind of seeing.
Yes, it is.
How.
But you don't need Christianity to argue that.
This generation is being raised in a lot of single mother households and stuff, and so I really want to prioritize bringing back the nuclear family, men in the homes and us in traditional roles, and that's my belief.
So I said yes, but it's with a huge caveat, which is that both genders report greater life satisfaction when they have children. Like, children's good for everyone. And
I mean, fucking duh.
This idea that we're lumping it to women is part of my problem with
it. They're not lumping it to women.
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
You just happen to be debating about feminism. Fucking idiot.
this, right? So do women experience like greater life satisfaction? Yeah, so do men. Except who do we expect?
Okay, the so do men shit, like, can we... You're talking about feminism, not meninism. You're talking about feminism. So obviously you're talking about women, like, this what about the men though bullshit. Like, can we fucking stop it? Like, shut the fuck up.
Why
are we doing this? Did you forget what the topic was about? It's not about men right now.
To be home. Women. We're like penalizing men and women. For example, if a woman wants to have
And it's actually not the case, right? If we're talking about this specific claim here too, let's get even more specific. The claim is no career will give women as much joy and fulfillment as raising children. That claim is not true for men. Like, somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it. Men can be just as fulfilled in working a career for their entire life as they would raising some kids. Because some men are really passionate about their work. Some men don't have kids. Some men, it's just not their mission in life to have kids, right? Even if they settle down with a woman, sometimes they just don't have kids. Some men just don't have kids. Some men make a vow of chastity, even within the church, right? And it's not like they don't have a flock. It's not they don't have spiritual children, right? So the idea that it's the same as a woman, it's not the same. The fulfillment from raising children is completely different from women than it is for men. It's not that men don't get fulfillment from it. Nobody said that men don't get fulfillment from it. We're talking about women right now. But this claim is not true for men. It's actually more true for women than it is for men. Because men can find fulfillment, joy and fulfillment in a career, as much joy and fulfillment in a career as they can raising children. And we're built differently. We are built to get out there and do that work or whatever. We find a lot of purpose in it because we can't create children. We don't give birth to children. We don't get the same kind of fulfillment out of it because we're not that involved in the process, right? Our involvement in the process is a little different, right? Our involvement in the process actually involves going out and doing that work and being a part of that career. So part of that fulfillment in raising the children comes from the career. We're different.
have a career. It feels like your side is saying, well, that wouldn't be good. Okay, well, she's also going to get life satisfaction from her career. In fact, there's a lot of acute happiness that often comes attached to a career.
Not the same.
And the issue is that like men and women should have the agency to choose both of these things because they should both have access to it, right? There isn't a reason why we should tell men, women have to stay home, you must stay at work, you won't get a relationship with your children. You get a relationship with your kids for 6 hours a day. I don't think that that's better, right? Speaking of the capitalism, I think if you look at models that have like 32-hour work weeks, you have greater happiness amongst men, women, and children because both parents are home with their children. And frankly, if a woman wants to not have a child, that's fine. That's her prerogative to do, right? You still have great life satisfaction and happiness.
I mean, I guess.
From not having a child.
I just want to say one thing because you brought up capitalism.
Like, it depends on what she's doing. That's not necessarily true. A lot of the time, that's not the case. Most of the time, that's not the case.
Nuclear family unit, I love the idea. Honestly.
In fact, let's see if we can find any information on this. Like, are most women who decide to not have children happy with the decision? Yeah, it's the best question to ask, right? We'll see what it says. Research suggests that the vast majority of women who consciously chose to be child-free and happy with it are happy with their decision, often reporting high life satisfaction, freedom, and in some cases greater happiness than parents. Studies indicate that while some may feel occasional minor regret or what if fantasies, deep and long-term regret is rare. What does occasional mean? Deep or long-term regret is rare, but occasional means that this resurfaces from time to time. You remember earlier when we saw that the majority of women are likely to be on like psychiatric medication, and the majority of those women are actually older women. It seems to me that looking at this kind of information, a lot of that minor regret or what if fantasies are the regret resurfacing over long-term periods because it's being suppressed with, those psychiatric medications.
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
So even though it says the vast majority of women who choose not to have kids are happy with that decision, I'm also pretty sure, like, if we were to continue to ask, right, it says key details for starting this. Let's see, Studies indicate women without children, particularly those who are married, among the happiest, enjoying more freedom, whatever. Yada yada. Reasons for choice, yada yada, blah, blah. Social pressure, blah blah, whatever. All right, so let's see here. How many of these women? I wonder if it'll tell me, because you know how they try to trick you. So let's see if it'll tell me how many of these women are, let's just say, likely to be on psychiatric meds. While specific statistics for the child-free by choice subgroup are limited, right? General data on psychiatric medication use, specifically antidepressants, suggests that childless women may have higher usage rates in some life stages. Remember, I was talking about the older women? So what I just told you, all I had to do was ask it, how many of these women are likely to be on psychiatric meds? General data of psychiatric medication use, specifically antidepressants, suggests that childless women may have higher usage rates in some life stages. What does that tell you? Maybe that regret is being suppressed with these psychiatric meds. You know, somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell you that. Maybe somebody told you that. I'm just saying. Approximately 1 in 5 of women in the U.S. are on antidepressants, right? So there's got to be a significant amount of those women, right? Research often groups child-free by choice and involuntary childless women together. Fair enough. But involuntary, I feel like, is a lot more rare because that usually has to do with the medical condition. Some national population studies show that childless women and those with only one child, low parity, have higher usage of antidepressants in late midlife compared to mothers of 2 or more children. So this is not even just childless women, but women with only one child. So it's showing that there's less usage in women who have more than 2 children or 2 or more children. A recent Australian study found that women without children are 1.3 times more likely to seek mental health support annually than mothers. So, I mean, that's pretty damning. I think this really speaks to the point about career and, you know, child rearing in terms of happiness for women. I think it does. Don't you think so? I think somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it. There were some other caveats there. Last thing there, actually, thought that was pretty interesting. For women, lack of children is often less impactful on their mental health than their marital status. I mean, we know what the divorce problems are like here too. Unmarried childless women often fare better later in life than their male counterparts, exhibiting less depression. That's unmarried childless women, though. And I mean, an unmarried childless man, they said often fare better later in life. Like, if you're an unmarried childless man later in life, then that'll probably fuck with you. I mean, again, that's probably a lot of the guys that are, you know, offing themselves. So that makes sense. But that's kind of a separate issue.
My dad was a stay-at-home dad for a while, then my mom was. They like switched on and off a little bit, which I loved having my dad at home. I thought it was dope. And I think it would be awesome if we could have a parent in the household.
Your dad was a stay-at-home dad.
But the reality is, feminism didn't stop that. It was capitalism. 1950s nuclear family unit existed.
Oh my God, this bitch keep bringing up capitalism. Can she stop it? Like, can we?
Because we were taxing the rich at 90%. We don't tax them anymore. Amazon and Tesla.
Oh my God, bro. We don't tax the rich anymore. This is a debate about feminism, and this bitch just want to talk about capitalism and communism. Get this fucking commie out of here.
Shut the fuck up.
They paid $0 in taxes. So I wish you could all be your trad wives that you want to be. I just don't know if your man will be able to afford the house to put you in the kitchen. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, nobody believes you. You're like, oh, I wish you could be the trad wives you want to be. I just don't know if your man can afford to do that. Like, bitch, if you don't shut the fuck up.
Shut the fuck up.
Like, we have to really focus on the capitalism part of it, because if you
Oh my God, this is not about capitalism. You're debating about feminism.
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
What is going on?
Shut the fuck up.
What is she doing right now?
Want to be able to have a woman.
I need one of them to shut her the fuck up. And look at this bitch over here nodding her fucking head. Can you stop it? Like, gassing her.
And at home with your kids, you would be able to afford.
Bitch nodding like she's saying so. She's not saying it. Oh, this is capitalism. Like, shut your ass up.
To do that. And a lot of people right now can't afford to, even if they want to. So before attacking feminism, we should be eating the rich. We should be attacking billionaires and taking.
Before attacking feminism, we should be eating the rich. Like, shut up. You know who created that phrase for you? The rich, bitch.
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
You repeating rich people's talking points and shit. Who the fuck you think came up with all the shit you talking? Like, you think it was just the common people that came up with that feminist bullshit? Like, God, I hate dumb people, bro. Just fucking stupid people.
Taking back the tax money so that you can have your nuclear family unit.
I wanted to speak on this one. Could you repeat the prompt for me, please?
Sure. No career would.
Right, again. She said, could you repeat the prompt for me, please? Shout out to the aunties. He said, can we get back on fucking topic, please? Like, the fuck?
Give women as much joy and fulfillment as raising children.
Okay. So I'm probably the oldest one here. I just turned 50 last month.
No, she said, I'm the oldest one here, y'all, you young motherfuckers. Sit down and listen, niggas. And sit your ass down and listen while I'm talking, motherfucker.
Shut the fuck up.
This month. So as a golden girl who has raised boys, I'm a boy mom who was a professional woman, and that cost me my marriage, thinking that the career was more important than the family. And so my position is from learning from the mistakes that I made to help younger women make decisions that they will be happy with when they're my
Okay.
age. And you brought up
Shout out to the auntie coaching the youth.
the word acute. There's nothing wrong with working. And I do want to say, we are not expecting the man exclusively works and the woman is exclusively home. Both of my parents worked and took time. You know, you work it out for your family with your husband. That's all that matters. It doesn't. Nuclear family means mom, dad, sister, brother, or whatever it is. It doesn't mean only dad works and only mom is.
Exactly, bro. Shout out to the auntie teaching niggas. Like, you thinking a lot of these black families, both of them fucking parents wasn't working? What the fuck are you talking about?
In the kitchen. Generations ago, mom may have side businesses, do other things, you know, so.
Oh God, like even if mom was at home, she was hustling, trapping out the house and shit, everything, you know what I'm saying? Like, staying at home don't mean you ain't doing nothing, you know what I'm talking about?
You know, bake, whatever it is, you do what.
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
Looking right now.
Family. All I'm saying, as a woman with lived experience, who has been an executive, who has had the big bonuses and all of that, I promise you, having a son that is a Marine, working with my ex-husband to raise two boys that we are very proud of, one that's going to the Air Force, nothing will give you that fulfillment than being.
Yeah. She said, like, she said, I didn't done it all. I didn't had all that experience in my career. I didn't been to the top and everything, and but ain't nothing made me more fulfilled than raising my sons.
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
You young whippersnappers gonna listen.
A mother, I'm telling you now, the acute accomplishments are great, but legacy trumps everything.
But this is the important thing about fourth wave feminism, especially, is we want women to have agency to choose.
Absolutely.
And if you want to choose raising your kids, that's awesome.
Yes.
And if you want to choose a career, that's fine.
Yes.
Oh, we want women to have the agency to choose. Well, sometimes you don't get to choose, motherfucker.
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
If you got kids, you don't necessarily get to choose, motherfucker. Maybe you got to give up the job.
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
Your man can do it. Why would you? Why don't you want to spend more time with your children? That's the real question.
I want even women to choose choices that might be worse in the long run, because agency and choice is so. You want to talk?
Why are you not capable of making money outside of a corporate job? That's another question. Did the education system fail you? Did your family fail you?
About biblical. Okay, God gave us the ability to choose.
Right.
If you think that this is feminism is maximizing the capacity for women to choose, including what you might view.
It is not. And just because, first of all, even if it is maximizing the capacity, quote unquote, for women to choose, have you ever heard of decision paralysis before? Let's look up what this is. You guys ever heard of decision paralysis? Decision paralysis or analysis paralysis.
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
The inability to act due to overthinking or too many options, you know, causing anxiety, fatigue, and procrastination. Now, the first thing there, anxiety. That looks a little familiar. Didn't they say that that's one of the main reasons women are on all these psychiatric medications?
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
So maybe you giving women more choices is actually giving them more anxiety and causing decision paralysis. They don't know what to do with their life.
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
Did you ever consider that? Did you ever consider that? I don't think you did.
Shut the fuck up.
You is wrong, right? Because the problem is that if you limit women's ability to choose, all you do is you just make good behavior the necessity of survival. That's not noble. That's not anything that we strive for. Choice is fundamental to feminism.
What the fuck are you talking? What is she talking about?
Shut the fuck up.
Like, what is she actually talking about? Listen to what she just said.
The capacity for women to choose, including what you might view as wrong, right? Because
maximizing the capacity for women to choose, including what you might view as wrong. Well, maybe that's not a good thing.
The problem is that if you limit women's ability to choose, all you do is you just make good behavior the necessity.
Oh, if you limit women's ability to choose, all you do is just make good behavior the necessity. Like, what a fucking surprise.
Of survival.
You're steering them towards good things or what you think is good. How dare you?
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
Are we? Like, is she like? This nigga must be crazy. Like,
look at this. This nigga must be crazy.
Like, what are we doing right now?
That's not noble. That's not anything that we strive for. Choice is fun.
Like, what the fuck are you talking? We literally strive to do good things.
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
What the fuck are you talking about? That's not good. That's not what we strive for. Like, what the fuck are you talking? Yes, that's exactly what we strive. We strive for people to do the things that we think are good. Like, what are you?
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
It's not a bad thing. Just because you don't agree does not mean it's a bad thing.
Fundamental to feminism because it means you get to choose good or bad. But if you're good because you just have to be, that isn't meaningful. So we want you guys to.
If you're good because you just have to be, that isn't meaningful. Like, what is this? Maybe they're good because what they were taught was right. Maybe they actually believe what they were taught was right. Like, what the fuck are we talking? What
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
What's going on? Like, it's just like.
What did you say, nigga?
To have kids. We want us to have kids. We just want women to be able to choose. And there's increasingly pressure to pressure women. We want to talk about the waging and earnings gap. The earning gap exists for two reasons. One of the biggest reasons is because women will choose professions and have plateau careers during motherhood. That's the main reason.
What the fuck is a plateau career?
That women earn less. The second reason is because they tend to work less hours. Again, because typically they choose to stay home with children. And I'm not
Okay, but who cares about it? Ain't nobody like, no, we're not talking about the fucking wage gap right now.
saying career is all of this stuff. But if you want to get comprehensive here and you want to talk about happiness and meaning and choice, what we're also doing to women, which is saying, you get to choose a career, but you're kind of a bad woman if you choose career over your children. We're not doing that to men. Men are choosing their careers over their children every day because we've told men.
Yeah, what are you talking about? That's not true. Like, that's just not true. You gotta stop it.
Men that their value is tied to the GDP output that they provide for their family. I think that's
Bro, No, but like, what's like, what is she?
What did you say, nigga?
Like, what? Where did she get this from? Like, niggas do not think that their only value to their family is their paycheck. Like, there's a lot of other things, like protection, everything, guidance. Like, what are you talking? What is she talking? What the fuck?
What did you say, nigga?
Like, what is going on? This is insane. I honestly, I just.
Hey, come here. Look at this. This nigga must be crazy.
Must be crazy.
That's just as anti-biblical. I want to talk about biblical. It's not the nuclear family that's biblical. It's intergenerational families and villages. And what we're telling men is leave your kids, have nothing else, work every day of your life so that when you're 50 and retired.
No, they're not. Who is telling men this?
Your kids don't know you and they resent you. That's what we're telling people.
No, nobody is telling men to do. What the fuck? Like, this is just a lie. This is just a lie. Like, this is just a lie. Like, it's
Every day, more lies.
To do right now. As a feminist, I'm saying no. Both should choose. Everyone should choose, including men and including women.
I would argue that men get satisfaction from providing. I think that is their ultimate instinct. And I'm not saying
I mean, they do.
working themselves to death.
Not necessarily their ultimate instinct, but I mean, yes.
I mean, unfortunately, like I think the 40-hour work week is stupid. I think entrepreneurs.
I would say protection is probably more of a motivation, and providing is one of those ways that you can protect, right?
Leadership is great for men because they can decide kind of what to do with their time. But I think innately, and my husband can attest to this, men want to provide for their family, and women tend to like to nurture their family. They tend to like to be with the kids more. So that's why they're choosing.
Keeps them safe. If they're providing for you, keeping a roof over your head, they keep you safe from the elements. You know, if they make sure your stomach is full, they keep you safe from starvation. There's a lot of ways. Like, I think ultimately, I think it actually boils down to protection.
More part-time jobs. They're choosing maybe running a business. They're choosing paying hobbies. That is why that they do that. And I would also argue that women are not being pressured to stay home. I think women are being pressured right now in society to choose career over family and over marriage.
That is true.
Well, this is completely unrelated since we're not going to be ping-ponging back and forth now. For an example, so just so you guys know, I was raised in a very traditional Christian religion. I was raised Mormon.
Shit, you look like a Mormon. I ain't gonna lie. Like, that's too bad for you, I guess.
And from the age of birth until 18 years old, I was told that the thing that was going to make me the very happiest was having a family. That is something that is told to you in these kind of patriarchal religions, is that the thing that is going.
Well, just because it's true, like, I mean, like, the thing that is going to make you the happiest is raising children. And then it's not even just a religious thing, to be honest. Like, that's just a human thing. Like, yes, that is just a fact. I'm sorry. It's like, I'm sorry you think this is religious propaganda.
Going to fulfill you is having a family. The thing that is going to fulfill you is taking care of a man's.
Just because religions recognize this doesn't mean they're wrong, or even trying to be manipulative in any way.
Needs. The thing that is going to fulfill you is having a husband. And the reality is, every person on the planet has some general idea about what's going to make them happy. And I refuse to believe.
Every person on the planet has some general idea of what's going to make them happy. Has there ever been a more useless statement? Like, what does that even mean? What purpose does that statement even serve? Okay, sure, I guess. Like, what?
That having children is going to be the ultimate goal for every woman on this planet or every man on this planet. And I think that.
What? Wait, what?
Planet has some general idea about what's going to make them happy. And I refuse to believe that having children is going to be the ultimate goal for every woman on this planet or.
Did anybody claim that? I don't remember anybody claiming that. What's up, Sauce? What's up, Sauce?
Every man on this planet. And I think that the idea of putting people into small boxes and saying women are women, therefore the thing that's going to make you happiest is popping a baby out of your baby hole, I think is dangerous because I was raised.
What? Yeah, the thing that's going to make you happy is doing what your body's made to do. Like, oh, wow. Like, oh my God. Like, you might feel fulfilling one of your purposes. Like, oh, so what a surprise. Like, huh. Who would have thought? Who'd have thunk it?
Raised in a culture that told me that what was going to make me happiest was having a baby and popping it out of my baby hole.
Yeah, calling it a baby hole is insane.
This last summer, I went to a more...
You just popping a little creature out your baby hole, you know what I'm saying? Like, first of all, that sounds disgusting. I ain't gonna lie. Like, I don't like the way that even sounds. Like, ugh, baby hole. Ugh. It just sounds nasty. She is, yeah. She's a feminist. Yeah, she's on the feminist side of this debate.
Mormon
And you can tell. I mean, look at her face. They're very rarely attractive. I ain't gonna lie.
event, which is kind of unusual.
Even though most women are like feminists, like most of the ones you see like being like activists and shit, like they're not very attractive.
For me, because I've been out of the church for a really long time now. And I was having a conversation with a
Yeah, baby hole sounds like some 80th verse president. Yeah.
woman who she'd gotten married when she was 20, had done everything traditional. She was a trad wife, you know, had her kids, her husband worked, she stayed at home. We're having a conversation, and our kids are jumping on the tram together, and she looks over at me and she's like, "Don't you just hate our children?" And I was like, "Excuse me, what?"
What?
She's like, "Oh yeah, my sister and I talk about all the time how awful being a mom is. Don't you just hate it?" I don't
What?
hate being a mom. You know why I don't hate being a mom? Because I chose to be a mother. Because the first time I had children, I was 30 years old. The first time I had a child, and I'm proud to be a mom.
Oh, you're 30 years old, damn.
I'm proud of everyone who chooses to be a mom. I don't want everyone to choose that. But this woman who I was talking to had a hatred of motherhood. And her hatred of motherhood came from a place where she wasn't given another choice. The reason
He wasn't given another choice. Sure, okay, but like it's just going with anecdotes now. I guess. You thought that was gonna convince us, like.
Hey, come here. Look at this. This nigga must be crazy.
The reason why she resented what her life had become was because she had been told from birth that the only thing she was to become was to be a mother. Not me. I was whatever I wanted to be. And I chose to be a mom because that was a joy that I chose for myself. But I want you to know that I find children to be joyful, but not everyone does. And teaching every woman or every man that what's going to fulfill them in their life is children,
Okay.
I actually think is harmful. Because what happens when it...
What? The thing is, when you have children, you actually have something to pass on. So if you actually did anything of worth or of note in your life, one of the reasons that having children is going to be fulfilling is because you're going to be able to pass that knowledge down. And the other thing is, if you actually give a fuck about the human race or anybody else or society, some people also, they want to leave behind, if they can't do certain things, they want to leave behind children who can, like, you know, carry on their legacy and do good in the world when they're no longer there to do it themselves. You know what I'm saying?
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell
One of the things that makes it so fulfilling is having goals beyond being a parent. You know,
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
And then you pass some of those goals down to your children, and that makes it even more fulfilling to raise those children. You know what I'm
Somebody
saying?
gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
There's nothing wrong with telling people that, like, it'll most likely be the most fulfilling thing in your life, because a lot of the time it will, because it's going to be consistent throughout your life.
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
Unless something happens to them, and even if something happens to them, like, depending on what they happen to accomplish before something happens to them, like, you're going to be able to look at that and be like, you know what, like, this is probably my most proud accomplishment.
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
So you just, like, there's nothing wrong with that. I don't know. What is the issue with that? Man or woman, telling a man or woman that this will most likely be the most fulfilling thing you ever do in your life is raise a child.
And it turns
Another
out
human being. What a surprise. Like, raising another human being is extremely fulfilling. What a surprise. Like, even people who aren't parents are fulfilled doing parent-like duties, like teaching. So you think that being a parent wouldn't be one of the most fulfilling things?
you have a kid and it doesn't fulfill you. Well, then you're a mom hanging out with me, watching our kids jump on a trampoline, thinking to yourself, I really hate being a mother. And I would like to avoid that because I think that there
Like this is just the worst anecdotal argument I've ever heard in my life.
is joy in children. I think there is joy in that.
Well, I met a mother that hated children because she never had a choice being a mother. Like, she had a choice when she opened her fucking legs. Like, what?
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
Cut it out.
Shut the fuck up.
But it's not for everyone, and I don't want to teach every woman or every man that that's how we should be.
The same could be said about feminism, right? So like kind of what she was saying, I almost lost my marriage from prioritizing a career. And I had gained very masculine traits. Like I wasn't serving my family. I wasn't paying attention to my family's needs.
Oh, she said, I started acting like that quote unquote man y'all was talking about. I wasn't paying attention. No, none of my family taking on all these masculine traits. He said pursuing that career was not helping me and my family, really.
Prioritizing having a child. I'm going now into my 30s and finally at a position where I'm like, I'm all in to serve my home the past year.
So like, I'm finally in my 30s. I'm actually able to like be in a home with my kids, whatever. They want to be at home with their kids, motherfucker.
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
So I wasted all this time chasing after career and once again almost ended up a divorced woman.
But that has nothing to do with feminism, right? Because feminism allowed her the opportunity to have a career and the opportunity to have a child, and she chose what was.
Yeah, feminism wants to have their cake and eat it too. What a surprise. I mean, it's almost like this is exactly what we've been telling you the whole time.
Was best for her, and she may feel that that's what ended her marriage, but I don't believe that that's what ended her marriage because her husband was involved in that too. There were two people in your marriage. You know, he could have probably been involved. If he felt that that was a problem, then maybe that's a conversation that could have been worked out. But I don't believe feminism is why your marriage ended. I don't believe that for 1 second. You're allowed to have kids in feminism. You're allowed to raise a family in feminism. You're allowed to. Of course you are. I have kids.
It's like
No,
when it's about children, it's about serving others. It's about serving your home. Feminism is very it's me. It's about
yeah, feminism is all about it's all about me, man. She's on point right now.
Prioritizing my needs, my happiness, right? It's about going and getting things done that will fulfill me, like a job and a career.
I was just wondering, like you're saying feminism pushed.
That's facts. No. Right now. I could use the bathroom. I want to grab another drink. So I'm going to play some tunes for a sec. And I'll be right back. There we go. All right. BRB. All right. Oh wait, actually, I forgot to do that. I gotta do my physical therapy exercises actually. In my Duolingo lesson. Taking my second dose of flow for the day. All right. How y'all like the music though? The vibe, ain't it? Shout out to Ryan Celsius. Shout out to Ryan Celsius sounds. You know what I'm saying? Let's get back into this debate.
Me to get a job, right? Like, or do you think it might
I
be
think
more
it
of the
just
system that we
influences.
have?
Yes,
We need
I think it's me. It's about prioritizing my needs, my happiness, right? It's about going and getting things done
Feminism is all me.
that will fulfill me, like a job and a career.
I was just wondering, like you're saying, feminism pushed me to get a job, right? Like, or do you think it might
I
be
think
more
it
of the
just
system that we
influenced-
have?
yes.
We need money to survive. I think that pushed you more to getting a job than having equal rights.
Did you?
I don't know. See, so I guess this is kind of the problem, right? They do attribute a lot of it to feminism, when I guess you could more specifically say it's the system itself, but it is due to feminism that they are pushing these women to pursue careers and not necessarily to create families. The only people that are actively pushing women to create families are religious institutions. That's pretty much it. The rest of society is telling women to like mostly focus on their career, and they're like, you know, if you have a family, that's cool. But the problem with that is, if I'm not mistaken, this is actually even something, if I'm not mistaken, Kyla, not so erudite here in the corner, you know, this white bitch in the corner here, on the left corner. She's a content creator. She's debated with Andrew Wilson and other people about this before, but they brought up the birth rates and the fact that our birth rates are declining to the point where we're not really going to be able to replace the population we have, you know.
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
And you got to think, right? Like, why would the system be pushing women to pursue career more than family if they know that we're getting to a point where we're not even going to be able to replace the people in the careers that are essential if we don't have a replacement rate, and we're not actually they're not actually having kids, right? For the next generation to actually take those jobs. So this is actually a big problem, and I don't think it's the religious people that are pushing it. I think it's more, you know, the feminist people, because they're not pushing people having families. People aren't having families. They're focusing more on themselves. Yeah. I need to start too. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
You know, but yeah, those birth rates are not getting any better, and feminism is not helping. Feminism is not helping.
Did you need to get the job?
No, I don't need to go
I
out
don't want
to
to interrogate
college.
your guys' lives. Like, you guys get to make the choices that you guys want to make. The problem is when you take your story and you tell other people that has to be their story, right? So when you say...
They don't do that. That's a straw man. They never said that their story has to be your story. They're saying it's going to be very similar, though, if you decide to have fucking kids.
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
They said if you decide to have kids, you're probably going to be just as fulfilled as I am, you know?
I regret it because that's fine. That's fine that that's your story. What do you guys think is enough?
Society might also be better off, too. But then some of y'all, like, society might be worse off, so, you know, don't have kids.
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
One regret of men who are dying in hospice.
Not spending enough time with their children.
Why don't they?
Because they sacrifice.
Because they're expected to provide. Men
So
don't
if
innately-
both are staying home, though, who's going to provide?
But the issue is that both can provide. That's what almost all families are.
They're expected to provide. It's not just that they're expected to provide, it's that they want to.
So if both of them are gone, then daycare is raising the children.
Well, that's an unfortunate issue that we could go back to capitalism. We can talk about issues as far as like providing.
That's not capitalism. Well, see how they always try to go back to capitalism? That is not capitalism.
UBI or providing free healthcare or allowing villages
Like, bro, like,
to raise children. I'm with you.
Villages to raise children, that's not the same thing. That's not the same thing. Not the same thing. Not the same thing as sending your child to daycare or having them in public school. It's not the same thing.
You want these things. But the idea is what you're trying to do is saying men must provide, and you are dooming men and women to the same lives that they have reported saying, I'm miserable.
Bro, no.
So many women, for example. Do you guys know about the great
This is a straw man.
divorce rates? So divorce rates amongst boomer parents is exploding because all those women and men stayed in a marriage because they had to raise their kids.
And yet, yeah, sure. How do we know that it's because of that? You're just making that up. They stayed in their marriage because of the kids. That was the only reason. And what's wrong with that? Is that's why the divorces are? That's why they're getting divorced now? Come on now. That's not because people were telling them, oh, you have to stay together for the kids, because they were thinking they need to stay together for the kids. It's not because everybody was telling them that.
And what you see is high levels of regret, particularly from the women. What I want is a world where people.
And you see high levels of regret, particularly from those women. Why? Is there anything that may be influencing them? Like maybe say,
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
Maybe a lot of the propaganda you got in these TV shows, the feminist propaganda.
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
Convincing these women that if they're not doing what these women on the TV are doing, if they're not able to live these life that all these other women are doing, and they're unhappy.
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
We're just gonna act like this all just fucking happened in the vacuum, I guess. I guess that's what we're gonna do.
People get to understand that they can just sort the relationship any way they want. If the man thinks it's better for him to be out 60% of the time and she's home for the rest of the time, that's fine if they want to make that choice. The problem is you're prescribing it to men, and I'm not going to do that. You're
Nobody's doing that.
prescribing it to women. I'm not.
He didn't. She literally just said that they're not prescribing that. Didn't the auntie just go through the fact that most of these families, even back in the day, both of the parents were working?
Going to do that.
What did I prescribe?
You're telling them that a man should be a provider and that a woman should be.
I know I said that they get
And if they have to, they will both work.
innate fulfillment from that.
It's a prescription. It's saying
Or the mom, even if the mom is at home, she's still working. She's still bringing in something, doing some other things that she can do from home.
it's fundamental to who you are.
But so what is your solution? Because if the man's not providing and the woman's not providing,
yeah,
who's going to?
Do you want to? We can talk about economics if you want.
But we're not going to talk about it right now.
It's not economics, bro. Like, you're acting like this, like you can have a family where somebody isn't like helping bring in some resources. Like, the entire idea of the provider is someone bringing in resources just at the very basic level. Like, fucking, you're like, oh, well, maybe if the government was more of the provider, like, bro, like, what the fuck? Shut up. Sound crazy. Just
shut the fuck up.
And the next prompt is, the sexual revolution has devalued women and made them infinitely less happy. Yes, yes, yes. No.
the sexual revolution has devalued women and made them infinitely less happy. Well, I don't know if the first part of that claim can be debated. The sexual revolution has definitely devalued women. It depends on how you look at it, though. Like, are we talking about, like, you know, the price of pussy is going way down, like, you know.
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
But, I mean, technically speaking, like, talking about some of this other stuff going on out here, like, you know, this nigga's paying, like, money just to see pictures of bitches on OnlyFans.
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
You could also argue that, like, the sexual revolution is somewhat like, overinflated the value.
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
It depends on how you're looking at it. I guess it also depends on who you are. But whether it's made them infinitely less happy, that's probably going to be more of the contention here. I would probably say yes. Because, the sexual revolution itself doesn't really bode well for monogamous long-term relationships in general. And if we do find that the majority of people are happy with that, then you're probably going to find that they're less happy because of something that increases the amount of, like, degeneracy, fornication, cheating.
No, maybe. Okay. Whoever feels strongly about it can speak.
I think that this term, calling it a sexual revolution, is quite strange and it distorts history. If you look at the history of, like, the way that people engaged in sex, it really...
So, what was it called if it wasn't called the sexual revolution? No, like, literally, like, if she's complaining about referring to it that way, is there some other way that it was supposed to be referred to? Or is she like arguing with her own activists? Like, was it something that was like a name that was put on the movement? Or was it a name that they created for themselves? That's the question, right? Because if she's saying, like, I don't like it being called that because they didn't call it that, then I understand. Actually, let's see, where did the term come from? No. Where did the term? Originate? Let's see. The term sexual revolution was coined by an Austrian psychoanalyst, Wilhelm Reich. Oh, Wilhelm Reich. Damn. Reich? In the 1920s to 1930s, particularly in his 1936 book, The Sexual Revolution. Oh, so this nigga actually wrote a book called The Sexual Revolution. Okay. Argued that freeing the sex drive from societal and religious constraints was necessary for social liberation. So it wasn't necessarily a feminist that did it, but I mean, the idea was sexual liberation. So he kind of outlined the ideology. I mean, it falls in line with what they were trying to do. Yeah. Sexual liberation. These are notice how these are all niggas. It was just a bunch of niggas out here trying to get some.
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
Now he's talking about sexual liberation, like these niggas was just horny ass motherfuckers. Like,
somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
I guess I'm not mad at her. It was something a bunch of niggas came up with, a bunch of horny ass niggas came up with. So as a feminist, she'd probably be looking at this like, well, the sexual revolution is just a term a bunch of men came up with. So I mean, like, hey, like, we can give it to her. We can give it to her.
Has not quite changed much. The only thing that we've seen change for the most part is the rise,
even though they do believe in that same shit,
in social media and the rise of seeking out sexual relationships through that. Because you can go back through history and look at like the Greeks and the Romans. They were very openly sexual. People were having sex in public. Like, it was not a private thing. It never was. And it really...
Is that true? I don't think she's correct about that. She said sex. They was just having sex in public in ancient Greece. She said like sex wasn't a private thing. I don't believe that. I don't. Hold up. Like, I just don't believe that. We gotta double check. We gotta fact check this one. Interesting. Sex was not generally considered a private, intimate matter in ancient Greece as it is today, but rather a more open, public aspect of life. While public displays were not common. All right, so like, what are we talking about? Like, it was seen as like a public aspect of life, but public displays were not common. Like that means it seems like it was still private. Like, are we gonna act like that's not what that basically says? It wasn't common. Sexual imagery was prevalent in art. We know that. We know they had naked sculptures and shit. We know. We didn't see them. Okay, we know. Like they had this whole idea of heroic nudity and all that. Yeah, I've read about it.
It only became like this private thing when you look at like the rise of like industrialism in the United States, and you see sex become like commodified, and it became like a dirty thing with also the rise of, you know, like religion and Protestantism in the US also kind of.
It became a dirty thing with the rise of religion. Bitch, shut up. There was no rise of religion. Religion already existed. You shut your ass up. Like,
shut the fuck up.
What are you talking about? Maybe some religions became more prominent than others later on at certain points, whatever, but damn near every religion has some kind of codes and more like on morals and modesty. That's a part of damn near all of them. So there wasn't just the rise of religion. It became less with like no, the Greeks was just fucking freaks. Okay, like let's just
somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
Not the norm for the most of the world. Let's not be acting here. Like you don't use the Greeks as an example. Like
somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna shut the fuck up.
Kind of demonized it, and it became a weapon used against women. And I think that we've seen the pendulum go from like
it became a weapon used against women. Man, if you don't shut up,
shut the fuck up.
You just want to be a hoe.
Being hypersexual in the past, where sex wasn't like a commodified thing, or it wasn't a demonized thing, to kind of going through this period of like demonizing.
Again, you just want to be a hoe.
People for exploring their sexuality.
Oh, just demonizing women for being sexually open. Like no,
things like that.
Keep that shit in the goddamn bedroom.
And now we've kind of come back out the other side where some people abuse it.
See, part of y'all being loose is why y'all got so many goddamn single mothers out here. Like,
somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
But do y'all want to act like we was just demonizing y'all ass? And then complain about the niggas that knocked you up and shit's like, well, maybe if you kept your fucking legs closed.
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell
it. Maybe. But who am I?
Some people don't. And I think that you have to have moderation. I've said this before, like,
how dare I notice things?
As far as devaluing women, I think that the problem with devaluing women who are open about their sexuality or commodify their own sexuality and take control over it is a problem with patriarchy. And I think it's a problem with misogyny. I don't think it's.
Oh, it's a problem with patriarchy and misogyny, don't you know? Maybe you need some patriarchy and misogyny in your life. You look like you're not doing too good.
A feminism problem.
And tatted your skin up and shit with a bunch of irrelevant bullshit that you're gonna regret when you get old. Come on now. Who raised this motherfucker?
Well, I would say that when you like put yourself out there to be overtly sexual, and you don't give men anything to work for, so you lessen your value. So if you want women to be valuable, then having a lot of sex with men.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah. You lowering your value because, like, when you going out here sleeping with all these niggas, you're not about to look at you like, oh, you the cream of the crop. You're going to be like, look at this dusty ass.
Somebody going to have to tell the truth, and I'm going to tell it.
All these niggas that ran through you, and now you want me to see you as something valuable worth attaining? Like, the fuck are we talking about? She was a ran through hoe. No, that's why they used to say you can't turn a hoe into a housewife. It's not necessarily that she can't be turned into a housewife. It's that you don't want to turn the hoe into your housewife. Like, that's just
somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell
it. A hoe. That's not what you want. That's not valuable to you. That's not a high quality woman to you.
Men.
If every other nigga had her, nigga, you getting leftovers.
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
You getting leftovers.
Being just out there, not caring about how you present yourself, that is not going to make you happy. You're actually sadder now. You're not happy. And I think that, you know, women tend, like all species, one thing we know is that we're here to be with each other. You can try to look at it like we're not equal. We provide equal value.
We are. That's a good point.
And men can do things that women simply can't. You have like.
That's true. That's true. Facts. Shout out to the auntie.
You
can I ask what can men do that we can't?
I mean, men build.
What can men do that we can't? Ejaculate. Next.
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
What are you talking about? We're not the fucking same. Like she thought she was about to have something back and forth. Like, what can men do that we can't do, bitch? Like we can get a boner, bitch. Like
somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
It's not hard to find something we can do that y'all can't do. All right, stop playing. What are we doing?
Everything. We don't. Men protect us. They fight wars. We don't. What do they protect us from?
Yeah. You understood. All y'all women band together and try to protect yourself from a group of men. You will find out real quick. Like, what are we
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
There's tons of shit we can do that y'all can't fucking do. We built different. Yeah, we working in the coal mines, all types of shit. The thing is, men are able to push themselves in more conditions than women are even capable of doing. There's also, isn't there like aren't women more sensitive to like heat fluctuations or something, like the regulation of body temperature? Like, don't men and women's bodies regulate heat differently? Like there's very specific things that we do differently because of the ways our body are made up. Yes, men and women regulate heat differently due to differences in metabolism, muscle mass, and body fat. Those are very important things.
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
Just even everyday shit, right? So the idea that like, you can go back and forth with this bitch about the fact that there are things that we can do that y'all can't do. It's just like, come on, like. How many women work on oil rigs? Let's ask the AI that real quick too. Like, how many women work on oil rigs or are in the Navy SEALs? Like, it's just. Women make up a small minority of the workforce in the oil rig industry in the U.S. Navy SEALs, though they are more represented in the former. So they're more represented in the oil rig industry. It's like, it's not really surprising. Women constitute the 3.2 to 3.6% of offshore oil and gas workforce. And what do you think they do? Do you think they're doing the heavy jobs that require like strength? Like, no, we'd like.
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
They working in some other area. Women make up about 15% of the total oil and gas extraction workforce, right? And you see how they said oil and gas extraction workforce. We didn't even get into. I didn't ask it no specifics about certain kind of jobs. Yeah, we don't even need to though, Jeremiah. But we are, because we already know in specific physically demanding roles like oil rig, roughneck, women roughly make up 5% of the workforce. 5%. And again, do you think that they're doing the heavy jobs? Like they're probably, even if they're working on those physical jobs, they're not working on the shit that they can't do. They're working on the lighter stuff, right? The shit that requires male muscle, right? That tenacity and shit. Like the men are doing that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you talking about? And the thing is, it's like, it says it's slowly increasing. And you know, one of the reasons it's slowly increasing is because they're pushing people to do
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
They're pushing people into a lot of fields. And it's like, as of early 2026, there are 0 women who have completed the training and become Navy SEALs. Like, what a surprise. What a fucking surprise. Yeah, 5% can't make up for 95% of the work. They can't do that shit. If you were to fully staff it with women, they would go out of business in a second. So there are things that men can do that women can't do, like make a oil rig company profitable. Like, you know what I'm saying? Exactly. This is the type of shit we talking about. Like, and again, they can't meet the standards to be required to become a Navy SEAL. Right? Just this little stuff. But these are important things too. Like these are our most like, this is probably our highest rank of like military achievement, right? Like it's like the most specialist of special forces or whatever, right? And oil rigs is very important. Energy is like a super important industry, right? Look who dominates that. Look who dominates all these important things.
From other men.
Women have always fought in wars. Women have built so many things. So many things.
Women have built so many things. Like what? Like what? I love when people do that. But like, women have built so many things, but I guarantee you, she's not about to give you a single thing that they have built. Like, it's like, not that women haven't. Like, I know things that they have. I can think of things right off the top of my head, right? Even if I just think of, a fucking hot comb, right? like fucking, think of Madam C.J. Walker or some shit, right? I can think of that shit. But I doubt that she could come off the top and actually tell you something that a woman has created. Of course, the things that I'm going to think of are going to be things created by Black women. Shout out to the queens.
Things.
But in the world, like the
women
roads,
also weren't allowed
the buildings, the architecture, men do all of that.
Women
Men are the
also part of
geniuses.
it, though.
It's way more male geniuses that are female geniuses.
That doesn't answer
Yeah. That's true.
the question, though. The question was, what can they do, not what have they done?
Well,
There's also more like retarded men too, because we make up the majority of the low end and the high end. I'm just saying.
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
she's answering the question a little bit, but you're saying like they're more men geniuses. They stopped us from reading. They stopped us from going to school.
No, that's not why. Stop it. That's not why. That's not why. Okay. Because y'all read more than niggas half the time. Like, what are you telling?
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
Y'all read more than niggas a lot of the time. Like, it's not them stopping you from reading, and so it's like, come on, why do we even bring that up? Like, what the?
What did you say, nigga?
Cool.
Okay,
The first
is that
Black
an
woman
issue right
lawyer
now,
wasn't
so-
allowed to practice law. She got her law degree, but she wasn't allowed to even practice and be a lawyer. They
Okay, but that is proof that you can do it in spite of.
What did you say, nigga?
stopped us.
But that's
from
not what modern feminism is about.
They trying to bring out Black people again.
That we have surpassed that already. You guys can read, you guys can vote, you can do everything you want to do, and you keep making issues. This is why you always talking about the patriarchy and capitalism. You feed it. Okay? Why do you think that you are?
You do. No, that's facts. Who are the majority of consumers? Who are the majority of consumers in the U.S.? All right. This is another one. No, because these motherfuckers talking about feminism. No, they talking about capitalism. But who contributes to the capitalism? Who are the majority of the consumers in the U.S.? Let's look this up. Who are the majority of consumers? No, they talking the top 10% of income. That's not what we're talking about. So we got to ask, we got to be more specific. What gender makes up the majority of consumers in the U.S.? Women are the majority of consumers in the U.S. You know what I'm saying? Driving 70 to 80% of all consumer purchasing decisions. Okay? So why these bitches up here complaining about capitalism?
Shut the fuck up.
They're the ones contributing the most to capitalism. Like, what a fucking surprise. Right?
Feminists in the first place, they wanted you to work. That's what they wanted you to do. They wanted two people in the household to work.
Yeah, and you're also contributing to the capitalist workforce. Like, The feminists wanted you to be part of the fucking capitalist machine, to be cogs in the machine.
Versus one, right? But you hate capitalism, but you serve it. You would rather serve capitalism.
You hate capitalism, but you'd rather serve capitalism. Hey, she cooking.
Than serve your man, the man that was put here.
You would rather serve capitalism than serve your man, even though you supposedly hate capitalism.
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
Shout out to the auntie.
I'm a lesbian. You,
Yeah, but does your man make enough money so that you don't have to work? This is
I'm a lesbian. Nobody cares, bitch. Shut up.
the fuck up.
my thing. These are, if we're talking about family
It's like, you don't care that you...
units, these are two people. They get to decide what happens in their unit. And reality is some men are not going to be able to provide all that they can. Talk about pressure. I feel like feminism was good for men because it kind of relieved them of a little bit of pressure.
Lifted everybody up.
Yeah, it really did.
Yeah, sure, but that doesn't necessarily help us either. Removing responsibility from somebody doesn't necessarily help them. Oh shit, wait, hold on, dude. Oh, I accidentally muted that shit.
You don't have to work. This is my thing. These are, if we're talking about family units, these are two people. They get to decide what happens in their unit. And reality is some men are not going to be able to provide all that they can. Talk about pressure. I feel like feminism was good for men because it kind of relieved them of a little bit of pressure.
Lifted everybody up.
Yeah,
It
but
really
it's
did.
made men so much more
No, it
depressed
did not. Cut it out. Why
than
you
ever.
lie?
It's made them weaker.
I think they just don't like the fact that now they see, oh, women can be as good as us because now that we're allowed.
No, you fucking can't. Stop it. Cut it out.
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
These delusions of grandeur have got to stop.
We're graduating
Why do you
from
have to
college
be
more
as
than
good
they
as
are now.
men? Why do you have to be?
Because we live in their world. And I'm saying because we live in this
Yeah, why do you have to be as good as men? Like, why do you have to be equal to men? Like, why can't you just be women? Like, God forbid.
world with them where they are suppressing us. Their bar is up here. If our bar gets lifted, so does theirs. Our bar gets lifted,
Not really.
so does theirs.
Why do women need to be less than men?
Not really. No, that's not how that works. Some of it's an inverse relationship, but you don't seem to understand that because you're
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
the more quote unquote sexual liberation you have, the less respect that they have for you. So it's like that's an inverse relationship.
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
Yeah.
Women are not less than men. They're different from men. We provide equal value, but we're different. You can't. It's no way that if
Exactly.
you got a man that's your age, your height, whatever, he's going and you race him. You're not going to beat him. More times than not, they're going to dust you, which lets you know that you.
Yes. More times than not, they're going to dust you. Yeah, well, shout out to the aunties. Shout out to the aunties, man. The aunties is cooking.
You are not equal to them.
In what sport?
Not in that way. You're not equal. They're stronger. They have more logic. You're more emotional. It's just.
To speak to the emotions, if I could maybe
Damn, facts.
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
chime in here, right? The idea that like men are less emotional than women. It's like, well, what's the number one cause of crime? Do you guys know like the actual preceding
Emotions.
factors?
Poverty.
It's actually
Actually, no, it's not. She gonna try to say that it's crime of passion, shit like that. No. A lot of crimes are actually committed because niggas trying to get money and shit. You know. It's just, niggas be chasing bags and you be locked up because they chasing bags. They get locked up because they have altercations with other people. It's not purely because of like emotional altercations or anything like that. Sometimes it's just off of the principle, right? Again, which speaks to, you know, the logic.
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
Like sometimes it's not about their emotions, it's about the principle, and they feel like they have to do something just on principle. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
I'm just saying.
impulsivity, right? ADHD is one of the
Okay, but impulsivity is not the same as emotionality.
largest things that is in prison, right? ADHD, impulsivity, right? And drinking, right? Men are highly addicted.
Drinking, that's a whole different thing.
They're suiciding.
Like impulsivity when drinking, yeah, that actually makes sense. Like, so impulsivity is a cause, and drinking is one too. Drinking affects your impulsivity.
At a higher rate than women are. The idea that men aren't emotional is again the type of
Nope. Okay, bro, come on now. She didn't say men aren't emotional. See, again, with the straw man, you see, like...
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
She does this constantly. She does this straw man shit. Like, the person didn't just say something totally different than what she just tried to act like they said.
Prescriptive perpetuation. That is bad for
Anger
men.
is an emotion.
That's bad for men and it's bad for women. Men are emotional.
Nobody,
right? Women are
nobody said that men don't have emotion.
emotional in different ways. You're right. If you talk
She said they have more logic than you, bitch. That's what
Somebody
she said.
gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
And honestly, that much is clear. Like, I ain't gonna lie.
to, for example, a trans woman who's gone on estrogen. For example, a lot of negative emotions begin to emerge, more specifically like sadness. The issue is that we all act like logic, devoid of emotion, is wisdom. But that there's not even a historical precedent for this. If you look back to like some of the original writers of wisdom, you talk about the Spartans or the Athenians, they loved their
For what? Bitch talking about the Spartans and Athenians now. Like, can you shut up?
Shut the fuck up.
feelings. The Spartan men were so
Like, she just be going off on these like tangents. She really thinks she cooking right now, but she sounds dumb as hell. Like,
Shut the fuck up.
passionate about one another and the things that they fought for that they openly saw. That's what original stoicism is. It's an acknowledgement of the
That's not what the like. Now she trying to talk about stoicism. Like, what the fuck? If you don't get out of here,
shut the fuck up.
feelings and a drive for action and through it. You take away a rat's ability to feel emotion, it starves to death in like a week because emotion drives all of us. Men are more.
Bro, cut it out. Nobody demonized emotion, bro. She just took this straw man and ran all the way out the window with it. Like, what is going on right now? What the fuck?
What did you say, nigga?
Or less emotional. We're all emotional. The issue is that, yeah, they have testosterone. They're always going to lift things heavier than I am. That's why they're disproportionately represented in labor fields. But the issue is that, A, technology
All right, so you just agreeing with her just to fucking yap and act like you not.
has balanced those things. And B, the idea that men are just better.
No, it has not. Technology has not balanced those things. We still do most shit better than y'all.
Men just, by and large, because of X and Y, have a little bit more dimorphism at the ends. They might like perform really high here. They're also just
A little bit more, like, nigga, shut up. Like, this is just fucking cope now.
Shut the fuck up.
Like, this is a cope spiral.
represented in some of the most disabled individuals, some of the most addicted individuals, some of the most homeless individuals, right? And so this
We already know. I already said that.
idea that we're like putting like women below men because like we tend to
Nobody said that. Again, the straw man returned. Like, cut it out. Why you gotta keep making shit up like that?
be kind of, I would argue, more balanced.
Nobody said that.
Creatures, I think is disserving both of us.
I don't think that's
But we're
what
not
I
putting
said.
it.
Yeah, nobody fucking said. Notice how the first thing they said was nobody fucking said.
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
He was completely in strawman all of them and talked for like a whole 2 minutes on some shit that they did not even say.
Putting women under men.
We always, like, I was talking about this earlier, where we're always constantly like obsessing over this hierarchy on, I hear it from
Oh God.
feminists a lot.
Like, she literally said that they're equal, but they provide different benefits. Like, they provide different things.
Where it's like, oh, well, men aren't better. Like, you know, women are
Ain't
under,
alive.
like the book,
What movie is Kenan playing tonight?
The Second Sex. Like, this hasn't come from women who were happy being mothers and anti-feminists, anti-suffragettes. They're not saying that. It's always the feminists that are saying this. So I'm just like, why are y'all?
Earfest? Oh shit, that sounds good. I actually got a fucking IPA right here. I'm gonna fucking drink that shit while we watch it. We almost done with this first part here. We about to wrap this up real quick.
Also obsessed with trying to be men. Like, why can't you just be good women and enjoy the roles that we're supposed to play, which is mother, a mother, because a man can't fill the mother role. That's why. So I just don't understand what
we certainly can't.
the problem is and why you guys are trying to be men.
Wait, is that the only role?
We're not trying to be men.
Wait, no, is that the only role we play though, as mom? That's it?
No, I just threw a role, like, you know what I mean? I just threw a role out there.
That is your primary and most important role. Again, nothing will ever make you as fulfilled as that.
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
Sorry.
That man cannot fill.
I think I'm the most masculine one here. I'm not trying to be a man. I'm just more questioning like what is being a woman? Like, what is that gonna look like for me? And it's not that I think that I'm better than men. It's just
I guess, hold on. I guess you probably are the most masculine one there. You definitely trying to look like a nigga. You fucking lesbian ass.
what is being a woman? Like, what is that gonna look like for me? And it's not that I think that I'm better than men. It's just like even just saying like men are more logical. It's like I think men have been taught that their emotions are logic. Then it's not that they're more logical. They're not better decisions.
No, bro, what? No, they're taught to not let their emotions dictate their decisions. It doesn't mean that they don't. It just means that they're less likely to do so, and because they're less influenced by their emotion, like there's less mood swings, less hormonal periods, right? They don't have periods, things like that. They're not as controlled by their emotions. Just because anger is an emotion doesn't mean that men are making their decisions based on that. It doesn't mean that just because they make like one impulsive decision, right, that on average they're making as many impulsive decisions as women. They might. All you have to do is make one bad impulsive decision to end up in prison, right? Like this bitch was trying to come up with the prison stats and shit earlier. It's like you only have to make one impulsive decision to end up in prison. Women can make impulsive decisions like, you know, consistently and not end up in prison. That doesn't mean that they aren't like, you know, more emotional than men. Just because the ramifications of men's like, you know, emotional impulses might end up being worse. They might end up in prison for years versus a woman who might end up, you know, depressed because she did something fucking stupid, right? Like it doesn't change the fact that they're still just more emotional on average, and that most of the decisions they make are not necessarily pragmatic, but more just whatever they're feeling in the moment.
Decision makers, they're not the ones running our households. It's women that are running the households, you know?
I would
Wait a minute. What? That's what? Huh? What did she just say?
It's just like even just saying like men are more logical. It's like I think men have been taught that their emotions are logic. Then it's not that they're more logical. They're not better.
What did you say, nigga?
Decision makers, they're not the ones running our households. It's women that are running the households, you know?
I would
yeah, sorry, households.
Like what?
What did you say, nigga?
Like why did you think that? What the fuck is that?
Do you see households that are led by women and versus
Yeah, how many of these households are led by women?
single households that are led by men? Men do a better job raising children by themselves.
You don't get to
single households led.
They do. That's facts. 100%.
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
Let's do on average. There are better outcomes for single father households than single mother households.
By women are creating YNs that are.
Yeah, they're creating. Oh shit, she said they're creating YNs.
In the black community, women do that. Okay.
Women create the YN. She said, "Damn, that's crazy."
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
I do. I might have to get that soundbite. I ain't gonna lie. I might have to get that Shaka soundbite because this is like the perfect. This is the perfect analysis to use the Shaka soundbite. You know what I'm saying? Somebody get shot. I don't care.
Men provide structure. They provide discipline, and that's within the woman too.
So men sound like great mothers.
Is anyone on this side passionate about this particular prompt and would like to speak on it?
I did. I wanted to say something with respect to the lesbian because I can't identify. But I think the flaw.
I can't identify. She said,
Nigga, you gay.
She said, I can't identify.
With feminism is the expectation that we are supposed to be the same at all. I think we understand and we appreciate we are not.
The problem in the black community, it's a black woman. No, oh God, I need that soundbite, bro. I need Hotep gonna have to send me that soundbite. Or I might have to take it out myself. I might have to fucking clip that shit out the Shaka stream myself.
Supposed to be the same at all. I think we understand and we appreciate we are not better or worse. We are not equal. We are equal value, but we're very different. And I think there's a natural.
Exactly. They're equal value, but they're very different. That's what I'm saying. She tried to straw man what the auntie said, but that's what she said. She said we're equal value, but we're different. You can't act like we're the same. This is what I was saying earlier. Like, you can't acknowledge that men and women are different and then treat them the same. Like that just
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
That doesn't make any fucking sense. That's actually impossible because if once you acknowledge that they're different, you have to treat them according to those differences.
Natural biology.
And I don't mean like in the sense of like, you know how like a black person and a white person are different, right? But their differences are only superficial, right? That's surface level for the most part. The way that we operate and the rules that we should like follow should be applied across the board. The same is not true for men and women because we are fundamentally like our beings are actually different. our physical makeup is actually different. It's the things that we are capable of doing are actually different.
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
That often gets overlooked, especially if you've raised boys, you will see from the womb, they are just different. And I think when we try to put them together and say, anything you can do, I can do better, we're setting ourselves up for
Oh shit, she's cooking. Shout out to
failure. And you made a comment earlier about women are better in every way than men. And the question that I would have is, I'm sorry, you said something.
What is she saying?
I didn't say anything close to that. I agree with you that I think the sexist, honestly, the men versus women sex thing, I think it's silly. I think these traits, human traits are human traits. Some were nurtured more in this person, some were nurtured. Like my dad being a stay-at-home dad, he was a much better mother than my mother was. I am so sorry.
So your mom was terrible or your dad was soft? Like, I'm just...
Mom, if you see this. But he just was. He was a better mom than she was. And sometimes that's the case. Forget the gender role stuff and like these are all human traits. You either are a gentle nurturer.
He wasn't a better mom than she was. He was just a good dad. Like, why can't he just be a good dad?
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
Why he gotta be a better mom than your mom? Why can't he just be a good dad?
An organized person who wants to take care of a kid or you're not. And that doesn't go man, woman.
Like she talking about, ironically enough, she's talking about fuck the gender role shit, whatever. But you did you hear what you just said? Like, what are we talking about? You had to compare your dad to your mom instead of just accepting the fact that your dad was a good dad. You see how you see the feminist psyop and shit? Like their mind just fundamentally can't accept a man just being a good man. A man being a good man is a man being like a woman in their eyes. Like this is insane. This is nasty work.
Woman, that goes person.
And I will say, not every woman is a mother. Not every woman should be a mother.
And not everyone, right.
But I would just say this, find me the society of women that are doing it by themselves.
I would love to see it.
Oh shit, 100%.
Exactly, it doesn't exist.
Why though?
Because we are not able to sustain it. We live in a safe, civil society because the men have made an agreement amongst themselves to not blow it all up.
Facts. But then I guarantee you the immediate feminist response would be like, well, we wouldn't have to worry about men blowing it. We wouldn't have to worry about anybody blowing it up if we didn't have the men around. Like, oh, well. That's probably what you'd hear. But that was more of a fun analysis, drunk analysis, if you say. We did examine some of the logic, there wasn't a whole lot of it going on there, especially not on the feminist side. So, this is probably not going to be as heavy on the analysis side as much as the review, or the logical side as much as the analysis. But I had a fun time. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to aunties. The older women are always more level-headed, right? That experience comes with a lot of wisdom. So I'm interested to check out this second part. And in fact, I think the initial clip that I saw was actually from the second part. So this is because that came out like a month ago. This one was a month ago too, but I didn't really see any clips or anything from this one. So the second one might be the most entertaining part. I'm gonna stick around for that one. Thank you guys for joining me. Switch over to Cannon here. I don't know how many of you guys are even still here, but thank you for joining me. See you next time on another logical analysis. Until then, I shall bid you au revoir.